Come, it's one of your favorite shows, Rivals Rumble or Ramble or whatever you want to call it, of course. Chelsea with Maresca, they're going to cook. Arsenal point two. Arsenal point two. The process is just starting at Chelsea with Maresca, of course, signing 18 and 19 years old. They're going to get their own Bukayo Saka. You know, they're going to get their own Odegaard. They're going to get their own Saliba. They're going to get their own Ben White. It is starting. A new All or Nothing Netflix documentary for Chelsea. It is happening, beautiful people. It is happening. And Man United, the choice between Ten Hag, Southgate might be the answer for Manchester United. Or is it going to be Thomas Tuchel and Arsenal getting Sesko? Sesko at 20 years old. They're going to win the league with a 20 years old. Instead of going for the experienced one, they're going to win the league with that. Listen, there is nothing wrong with Sesko if you had an Osimhen or an Ivan Toney or a Haaland or a Lewandowski or this and that, but you don't. Basically, you have a plan B in Kai Havertz and another plan B in Sesko. We'll see what is going to happen, of course. But listen, big up everybody that joined us, of course. I appreciate everyone that is here. I appreciate Olu, Dayo, Ahmed from Man United, and Ahmed Chelsea, and Shez, who is shy and not showing his camera, of course, because he's in the mud. Of course, Shez, because he said, no. We're not getting a championship manager. We have standards. We don't do what Arsenal do. We don't do this thing. And I'm glad that Shez is here, so Ahmed cannot catch a smoke. Cannot catch a smoke by himself, right? Ahmed has been getting it for 2-3 days, bro. 2-3 days. Listen, if you're here now, hit that like button and I don't want to stop the show in the middle. If you're here now, like the video. Let's get to 100 likes right off the bat. Hit that like button, people. And if you're watching this on the replay, like the video first and then go on and enjoy the video, because the only way we're going to get this show to more people, it is going to be by you liking the video. So hit that like button. And I'm going to leave it to the chat, guys. In the chat, where do we start? I want one name, one club, Chelsea, Man United, or Arsenal. Where do we start? Where do the panel want to start? Where do you guys want to start?
I need Shez here to
Chelsea.
Not Chelsea. Yeah, no. Shez needs to be here to collect the smoke. So until I see his face in 4K, we're not talking about Chelsea.
Yeah, we'll leave Chelsea until Chez turns his camera on, because this is not. I'm not having this with you. I'm sorry, Mo. On your intro, you said something. You said Arsenal are going to depend on a 20-year-old to win the league next season.
Yes.
Do you remember 1997 when we signed Nicolas Anelka? How old was he? Do you remember how old he was? Did we win the league that year or not?
19.
You're comparing Anelka.
Are you saying young Anelka's comparable to?
No. So all I'm saying is, like,
he said Anelka.
No. It's not about
Nicolas Anelka.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I'm talking about age, Mo. I'm talking about age. I'm not talking about skill set. What I'm saying is very simple. If you want to say because he's 20, that is the reason why he's not good enough, then that's not the reason.
I'm not saying he's not good enough.
Yeah, but you said it backup. You said they're both backups.
Oh, wait. Also,
why are we starting with Arsenal? Why Arsenal?
Wait.
You know, Arsenal fans are so defensive. It is so.
I just wanted to address.
Oh, it is unbelievable. It is so defensive from minute one. It's unbelievable.
Always counter-pressing. Always counter-pressing.
This show is.
They're always counter-pressing, bro.
Stop. I need to be ageist here. When Dyer said Anelka, the way these young kids were like they saw him play. Be quiet, man. You didn't see him at the age of 19. Get out of here, man. You guys were still 2 years old. So you didn't even know what Anelka was like when he joined. He was 19. No one knew who Anelka was when we first bought him. So be quiet, man.
Yeah, that kid was bought for 500k from PSG, and he cooked
500.
Exactly. And he cooked.
But what about the quality? But like
that's what I'm saying. Listen, what I'm saying is, Ahmed, when we bought him, he was raw as well, is what I'm saying. He became Anelka at Arsenal. Like, it wasn't like he was some super player that we bought. Nobody knew him. He wasn't a super. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's this. I'm saying, like, there's room for us to say, okay, well, Sesko might not be the most this top 10 strikers right now, right, in the world. He's not on that list. Sesko is not on that list. But there's a profile that fits what Arteta wants, and that's why he's going for a player like that. The same way there was a profile that fit that Wenger saw in Anelka that was going to fit what he wanted to do. So my point is, it's not about age. I don't really care about age. I care about if you look, it's a team thing. If you can do your business and do your job, if your job is to make sure that you give me 20 GA next season to add to what we had this season to get us over the line, then do your job and just move on. Everybody thinks it has to be some superstar. We should go and get Rafael Leao, or we should go and get some major big name. Yeah, if you can, but if you have a different style of how you want to play, you know, and that person suits the role, then hey, there's nothing wrong with getting that person. And I'll reiterate this again. City won this league this season by going on their longest unbeaten run in Pep's history at Man City. This is Pep's longest unbeaten run. That's what it had to take for City to win the league. Remember that. So when everybody starts saying things like, oh yeah, well, it's just 2 points. Yeah. In any normal league, what Arsenal did in the last 18 games, winning 16, drawing 1 and losing 1, would have won the league. But, you know, one team was better than us, and that was City. And you have to give it to them. You know, so if we feel like a certain profile will take us to that next level, we shouldn't write narratives like we're going to depend on that one player. No. We didn't depend on any single player this season. We had a team squad. Our defense contributed 14 goals this season. Defenders in Arsenal.
So you know, I just think... Also, sorry, I mean, also, I was going to. Let me just say one thing very quickly, right? And we said everyone talks about Isaac. So when Isaac came to Newcastle, he was what, 22, and he had only scored 33 goals for Real Sociedad in 150-something games. Now, if Arsenal had gone and signed him at that moment, without seeing what he'd done in the Premier League, they would have said they're crazy. How can you buy someone who's 1 goal in every 3 games when a top striker is doing 1 in 1, right? So we can't just predict because. Listen, I've never watched Sesko play, so I'm not going to gas him up. I'm not one of those people who will tell you how great a player is. I've never seen him play. Even when he's on the Champions League, I don't watch Leipzig. They're not a team for me that exciting. But let's pump the great brakes on trying to say that this player is going to be this or that until we see him play in the Premier League. Some players are good, some players are bad.
You're missing the point here.
No,
I think. Go ahead, Ahmed. Go ahead.
No, I get what they're saying. That's fair enough. My contention was more so. I don't think Sesko is at the same quality level as the Anelka when he was even brought in to Arsenal. Let alone this is when he was, as you guys are saying, raw. That's the thing for me personally, innit? So.
But Ahmed, I agree with you. But football has changed, and the way you look at profiles now is not how you look at profiles then. You can't. It's not apple. This is apples and oranges we're talking about here. At that time, it was you find a gem, you find a Henry, you find an Anelka, you find those kind of players that are your standout players. These days, how many people can boast of finding that standout player? Just in City, probably maybe Foden is one. If you go through every team, can you really like say, oh, you can find this really young player right now in this current market that is just like that standout person? No. So what you find is the right profile that fits what you want to do, that you believe will get you over the line. And if Sesko is someone that, okay, for example, set pieces this season, we scored 18 goals, 19 goals, if I'm not mistaken, from set pieces. We scored the most from set pieces. We're looking at a 6'5" striker, and Arsenal is thinking, well, for us, this is another version of another way to score, right? Another way we can improve. If he can give us another 9-10 goals from his head because of the height, and we can, use that, then fine. It could be, these things are profiles, and then we can maybe go for a winger to back up Bukayo Saka. So we now have another deadly winger that we can bring in games. So it doesn't have to be spend 100 million on your top striker and then have nothing to back up the rest of the place. We still need people in the midfield. We need people in defense as well to back up, players are going to leave. So I just believe that it's profiles. That's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing skill set because this football has changed now. Back in the day, it was different. It's totally changed. So, right now it's a case of you have to buy the players that suit what you want to do, I mean, Chelsea did it. You guys bought a lot of players to suit everything you wanted to do. You have, and some of these players, people don't rate them, but I guarantee you, if they click at the team, they'll be deadly. That's all it takes. It just takes them clicking.
Listen. I've not watched Sesko yet. I haven't watched Sesko. All I'm saying, it could work, it can't not work. I remember when Timo Werner was bagging goals for breakfast. Yeah, they were saying Man City wanted him. Chelsea then got him. Timo Werner was bagging. His goal tally was ridiculous, yeah? And we all know what happened at Chelsea, yeah? When Darwin Núñez, when he was at Benfica, yeah, he was bagging goals in that Portuguese league. So it's not like it's going to be a guarantee. I thought Arsenal fans wanted the guy who's experienced. You're going to get another youngster, yeah? Like, at the end of the day, I can guarantee if they do get Sesko, and like it don't work out, they'll be but he's not experienced enough. Like we got Højlund, yeah, and we still need another striker. You guys don't even need like a player like Sesko, because Kai Havertz, yeah, and Jesus, they offer off the ball, good link up and that. You guys need a gun man who can do everything. There's no time for like this whole experience thing.
The way Arteta wants to play is different, though. You can't say you guys need. Your team might need a gunman. Look, every team plays differently. Everybody doesn't have to have a Haaland that can bag you 40, 50, 70 goals. Arsenal, look at the way Arsenal has played this season. The goals have been distributed from the attack, defense, midfield. Literally, there was a game, I don't know who he played. I've forgotten who he played. Every single person, every single outfield player, 10 outfield players in Arsenal had a shot on target. Like, that's how Arsenal plays. So my thing is, you can't just assume and say, well, you guys need a bagsman because you already have Jesus and Kai Havertz.
Dayo, we're not assuming. Based on how we analyze this season, based on how you guys spoke about it, based on the fan base telling us that we need a striker in January and you guys didn't go and get a striker. This is not us talking. Why are people saying that assume?
I'm saying, listen,
it's not me talking, bro. He's making it as Mo is making the rules.
I didn't say Mo. All I'm saying is, I said, when I say you guys, I'm not talking about you directly. I'm saying what everybody's saying, right? And I hear you. People were saying we need a striker, but at the same time, we scored a lot of goals without a striker, which means that the scoring goals was not the issue.
No, hold on. Hold on. It's the issue, but you're wrong here, Don. You're wrong.
Wait. What? Let me finish.
But you are starting
let me finish
with the wrong assumption.
Let me finish, right? So scoring goals was not the issue. The issue was we didn't have a plan B of how to score other types of goals, which is when they're talking about us getting a striker. We always depended on, our guys could distribute the goals. If Odegaard is not scoring, Trossard might score. If Trossard doesn't score, Havertz might score. If Havertz doesn't score, this person will score. So everybody's like, what if any of those guys are not going to be firing? You need somebody who can be firing consistently and will give you 30 goals a season. Yes. And I get that logic.
That's it.
That's all I'm saying. I agree with that.
That's all we said. And that's all what you guys said. It's not us making assumptions.
I did not say I said I agree with that logic.
We agree with your defense, bro. Like your defense, if it be Gabriel and Saliba,
all you need is another center back to be backup. Done.
Yeah, that's it.
You need a plan B. But you guys don't think for your front line, you need a plan A. Yeah, you need a Ivan Toney, you need an Osimhen, you need a Lewandowski, you need a Harry Kane.
Stop. We've agreed on that. We've already agreed that we need somebody that can score.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, because of how Arteta is, we saw how he played 2 seasons ago. Free-flowing football, attacking football, gun-hole football. We went down, did, and at the end of the season, we crashed out, right? This season, he was a lot more pragmatic. We don't know what style he wants to play next season, is what I'm saying. Even you saying we need a gunman or a bagsman or whatever we want to call that person, or a striker that can give us 30 goals. If Arteta doesn't want to play that way because he thinks that there's a better way for him to win the season, I trust my gaffer. Let him go ahead and do what he needs to do.
Hold on.
So if you think
Sesko gaffer after this season?
Yes, I do. I said this is his Mo. I'll keep repeating it every stream. I still trust Arteta until the end of this next season. He has agreed. I mean, I have said that if he doesn't win anything at all this season that we're about to start, then he should be let go of. At this point, you've built the team, you've built us to the point where we can now bring in somebody else who can try to get us over the line. Hopefully, the manager market will be something more tangible. Because right now, if I'm getting rid of Arteta, I want somebody better. And if there's nobody better out there right now that I can say, somebody that I can point at, Zidane is not coming. We can't get him. I can't get Ancelotti.
I don't want to turn this into Arteta talk. Forget Arteta. But my point about this is very simple, which is what Gavin here is saying. Us Arsenal fans don't want Sesko. They need an elite striker. I'm going to tell you why. There are games like the West Hams and the Fulhams and the Aston Villas and even the Man City. If you had a striker in the Man City other than Gabriel Jesus, you might have won that game away from home. That's what people want to say. You had 3 chances, right? You went on a counter-attack 3 times. Gabriel Jesus fluffed his line. You all remember that, right? He fluffed his line. My point about this is that Arsenal, you got the Saka. You can have Gabriel Jesus as a backup to him. He proved already at City, at Arsenal, he's a good winger. You got Martinelli, right, who had a stinker of a season, but Trossard came in handy. So you got this covered. And you have Havertz as your striker that you kind of revived. What you need now that's left in the striker is to replace Nketiah. But do not replace Nketiah with another plan B. That might be better than Nketiah. You might need someone who start this game and kill the games early, bro.
Ask yourself this question. So see, Mo, again, I will say it again. everybody assumes. An assumption is not a good thing.
Well, I didn't assume.
That's what you need. If that's the only thing that you, if we weren't scoring goals, then you can turn around and say that's what you need holistically. Like, listen, you said it
Can I
yourself.
answer you?
Hold on.
So
you said it yourself.
Hold on,
You said
Olo.
yourself,
I'm
Gabriel.
gonna counter
said-
this
hold on.
very simple, by the way. I'm
You
gonna
said Gabriel.
counter this
You said
with
Gabriel.
a
His
very
explosive lines.
simple argument. Dio,
Go on.
let me counter you and you go on. Manchester City scored goals before Haaland and after Haaland. But you know what Haaland offered last season, especially, is that in the game that are stuck, Haaland scored goals for them. This is the difference. Man City scored goals before and after Haaland. And by the way, if Haaland leaves tomorrow, Man City will still score goals because they have elite players. You have very good players. You have the Odegaard, you have the Sakas, you have the Declan Rice. What you need is something else.
We have
something else need to be.
I've
elite.
agreed. Listen, I've agreed that we need a striker that can bag goals. I have agreed to that. What you're not listening to that I'm saying is you are saying it has to just be a bagsman like a Haaland. And I'm saying it might not have to be a bagsman like a Haaland because there are not very many Haalands around, is what I'm saying. So the type of striker that we might need might just be the type of striker who can give us a 20-25 GA, and that will add, like, he's clinical enough. We know that he can give us 25 GA in the season, close to 28, thereabout. Not the 40, the 30, the 40.
For everybody telling me, for everybody telling me I'm lying. Man City scored the season before Haaland 99 goals. No Haaland.
So wait, let me
Aguero, nothing.
Mo,
huh? No strike.
Mo,
False nine, literally.
Mo,
That's what
wait.
they were-
Literally, bro.
Yeah.
So the goals, people assume that the striker. I'm gonna let you now go. But people assume that the striker is gonna come in and add. No, he will provide something else. You're not gonna play with 12 players. People assume that.
So
Go ahead,
that's
Oli.
what I was going to say is this, right? So the thing I agree with Mo and what he's saying is this: is that even though we scored X amount of goals, how many we did, there was a cluster of games where we scored a large amount of goals, right? And that overinflates actually. So if you just average it out, it looks good, but actually a bunch of goals happened when we won 5-0, 6-0, 4-0, whatever it is. That that crazy one went on when we scored so many goals. So it inflated actually the number of goals we scored. Where a great striker comes in, right, is those games where you have to win 1-0. I think of the West Ham game at home, where Gabriel Jesus goes to volley a shot when the ball was head height. And that was the day I lost my mind with him. I was like, sorry. I was thinking, what were you doing? Why are you trying to volley a ball that's so high you can't go in? And that's where a great striker will come in. Now, the points, though, that I agree with Dio is this. Is one, we're making presumptions on a player that we haven't actually seen in the Premier League. He might catch the Premier League on fire if he actually comes to Arsenal, or he might not.
You're absolutely right. Here is the problem with this. It's the same as the argument that we have for Chelsea. Are you in a place to take risks? Is that project in a place now to take risks? 3 years ago, Arsenal were in a place that allowed you to take risks on the Sakas, on the Martinellis, on the Odegaards from Real Madrid. Are you now in a place, Olo, to take risks? I think
Arsenal is actually in a better place now to take more risks than they were back then because there's a full structure that's actually now in place. So with Arteta, what you can always just fall back on what he knows works. And when he's adding to it, it's people who might change something, right? So actually now is a better time to make a risk when you actually know your structure.
I disagree with this.
When Arteta walked in and we had Lacazette and we're playing crazy football that had no structure, no sense, dropping a young player in that, similar, look at Man United on Højlund. Man United has been a mess. You drop in Højlund, it didn't work, right? Or doesn't work as well. If Man United were actually properly structured, properly built, and have been going on like 2 seasons, 3 seasons of knowing the football they want to play, how they want to approach games. So bringing in Højlund is just adding to that. So I think in a case like this is actually now the time where you could take a little bit more risk. You can start going
that's completely wrong.
But when you're this close, bro, when you're this close to winning the league, taking a risk at that point,
yes. And there is
hold on. Let me. We're talking about Sesko here. Hold on, we're talking about Sesko here, who has scored 13 goals. Hold on, 13 goals in 16 appearances. 16 starts.
Wait, before you
That's
go,
what
let
we're
me just
talking
say-
about. We're talking about a player that is clinical, who has scored 13 goals and 16 appearances.
Guys, we are not knocking down
Wait.
Sesko. You guys don't
I know.
understand
I know.
our
What I'm
let me
saying
guys-
is, so Mo,
No,
so
let me
Mo,
wait before you go. Wait. Chess. Let me just use history just before we go. Let me use history just to back my point up. Wait.
Like,
And we talked about this backstage. In '98, we had Wright and Bergkamp. Anelka was a risk when we brought him in. In 2000, when we had Anelka and had left, we brought in Thierry Henry, who was a risk. Right? You're always going to take a risk and bring in players who sometimes doesn't make sense. And Henry was a failed winger in Italy. No one ever thought he would become the player he became, but he became that. So let's not just judge things before we say pan out.
all I'm saying is basically a player who scores every 110 minutes and is clinical enough like that. I think with good coaching, playing in the system like Arsenal system, where all he has to do is finish the chances. The chances Jesus was missing, the chances Jesus was fluffing. If he's the one that is there and he's taking those chances, we win those games, right? And that's all we're asking. So it doesn't have to be. All I'm saying is, my thing is, it doesn't have to be a 30, 35 GA bagsman a season. Right, we do that. We get another right winger that is a Kudus. We get a Kudus as well, someone like a Kudus, someone in that caliber of a player on the right wing, and you get that guy up front who's clinical enough like that. Then I don't see why we don't win those type of games. That's all I'm saying.
Kudus on the right wing.
No, I said if we get someone like a Kudus, somebody like him of his
style
caliber,
of play.
of his style of play, of his caliber, of his style of play.
Here's the thing, yeah. Here's one second. He's coming. The thing is, like Chelsea, the Enzo thing, it could work.
Where is Zerbi?
Sesko, yeah.
Where is Zerbi?
No, Dad, we'll get to that.
Coming to
No,
Chelsea.
Let's not do that yet. Let it marinate. Let it marinate. Go on, Chairs. Go on. Come on. Here's your wisdom.
Listen. All I'm saying is, yeah, it could work. Like Sesko coming in, you're right. It could work. He's a young guy. It could bang. You guys could win the league. What Mo's saying, what everyone's saying, which is reasonable, is you, man, are at the point now which you've always wanted to be. You've always wanted to be this close. Arsenal were the king of phases. This is your job. This is your life. Now the phase needs to come to an end. You need to win. To win,
you started
the best
again.
Players and the best experience to win. So why Mo? Why Mo? Yeah.
Now you let him finish.
Why Mo said about Haaland is because when Haaland came in, he helped them deliver the Champions League. So even though they were scoring goals beforehand, his goal scoring ability alone helped them over the line. Because you could say that because before the Champions League, they wasn't doing the same things about Haaland.
Do you remember when Haaland? Do you remember when Haaland came in? What did they say about him?
I'm not done.
What did people say about Haaland when he first came in? Remember they were saying, the media was saying he might not kick off, he might not do this, he might not pick up. He's from Dortmund, he's hard, the Bundesliga, the Premier League. They said all of that, but Haaland picked up. So what we're saying is, when you saw Haaland in Dortmund, you knew he was good. But when he came, everybody didn't think he was going to bang that way until he caught fire. All I'm saying is we don't know if he's going to catch fire or not. So let's not knock something that we don't know. Is all I'm saying.
For everyone saying Haaland is not clutch, in the Wolves game, Haaland scored 4 goals, people, out of the 5 they scored. This is people don't understand this. Guys, against Spurs, Haaland is the one who scored the 2 goals that won them the league.
Flat back bully.
Let me finish my point. I want to say this quickly. The reason why I don't like this conversation is because, like, you would expect Arsenal fans to sit here and say, "Yeah, we want a big name sign. We want a Tony to come in. Yes. He's this age. He's guaranteed."
Osimhen, you know what I mean? I'm like,
I thought they would be saying that. We're just back in the Arsenal PR. The Arsenal PR feeds them. Sesko, the new best thing. You know what? Wait. You wait. We'll come in. You know what we'll do? Make excuses for it. He's a young guy. It could work. Stop waffling. Get with the reality. You're facing a team you've all called generational, one of the best ever. You need to go out and get those in your positions you need, because you're not going to beat them with Sesko. Now, I'm not saying that's incorrect. Actually, I'm not going to say it's not going to work.
We should pay 120 like for Enzo, right?
No. He's a good player.
Let's finish.
Let's finish Arsenal first. Chess is right. It might work. This guy might come in and score 20 goals, right? But there is a calculated risk and a higher risk. Exactly. This is
what we call that in economics, it's called opportunity cost. So it doesn't mean it's not going to work. We'll you're just foregoing a certain level by not paying the extra money. Now, Isak, people would say it's crazy money for Isak. In my opinion, if you man were to get Isak, that's you done. With a centre mid.
Ches, let me ask you a question.
I need to do a couple of super chats before we move on.
Before you go,
Dean and other guys send super chats.
One quick question, Ches. 2 years ago, we just said Isak was a smart choice to buy when he scored 33 goals in 105 games.
No.
So, but 2 years now, you say he's a good choice.
Yeah, because I'm here in the moment. Yeah.
Okay, can I'm gonna before I go on, I'm gonna say names. I'm gonna say names.
That's cool.
Guys, we're gonna say names. We're gonna say names and tell me which one of them is lower risk than Sesko. Osimhen.
High, low risk.
Too injury prone. I'm Nigerian.
Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop
Tony.
I don't rate him.
Tony.
Gambling problem. I don't rate him. Gambling problem.
Just answer the question, man. Stop waffling.
He said gambling problem.
Guys, can we get like just calm down. Tony. Ivan
Low
Tony.
risk.
I'm gonna add another name that you guys will be absolutely Solanke.
Low risk.
Medium risk.
Which one is higher risk? Sesko or Solanke?
Sesko. Solanke's done it in the Premier League.
Sesko will be, yeah.
That's the point. Isak or Sesko? They cost more. Lautaro Martinez or Sesko? They cost more. You might not like you might not like the profile of the player. I'm not the biggest fan of Lautaro at all. But
don't do that again, Mo. Don't do that again. Don't ever mention Higuain V2 on this stream
You're missing the point. Sesko has played one. Guys, you guys have to understand. Sesko has played one season in the Bundesliga. You guys know that. Scored 14 goals.
So let's.
And I am not. You're misunderstanding our points completely. That's what you got. Arsenal.
I understand you.
We're not bantering you.
I understand.
All.
Mo, I understand everything that you're saying. I just want to address something. Sesko is the fourth name on the list that Arsenal is looking at. Okay. If you don't know that, so just because the reports are there,
he said it's going to be your first signing.
No, what I'm saying, huh? What did you say?
Today everything is pointing towards that signing
because that's the newest one that just came out. They said the same thing about Guimaraes. They said the same thing about waiting. They said the same thing about Isak.
You know the fact that
when Newcastle doesn't want to sell.
Do you know Dayo? The fact that you actually here is the thing. The fact that Dayo just mentioned that it's a fourth choice, that means in his
fourth or fifth,
he wants this to be the first choice because he's like.
No, I said fourth, number four. Mo, I said number fourth. Yes. Fourth. On the list of the strikers that Arsenal is looking at.
That actually proves all our point. You know why?
But that's what I'm saying. We're still talking to Gyökeres. There's still the Gyökeres in the matter.
So you agree if you get Sesko, it's an underwhelming signing?
No, of course. But I'm saying we don't know if he's going to bang or not. But to just sit down there and only look at the negative side of it is disingenuous.
I am not
to sit down and say I'm gonna do, guys.
I'm gonna stop.
And just look at one side.
I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop now. Guys, we got about 500 people here. Can we get to 300 likes right off the bat? Stop what you're doing and hit the like button. I'm going to do super chats that are related to Arsenal because we need to respect them and we're going to answer them, right? And I want Shez here because there's some directed to him. City moving in silence. Rodrigo chat louder daily. If City guys get Bruno Guimaraes and they get Savio and they get another winger and a center back, they're moving in silence. If City spend 300 million this window, it's going to be crazy. I don't think Rodrigo's going though. Going though.
That guy likes Real Madrid too much. He likes Real Madrid.
Comdine here with a complete set of super chats to challenge us, right? Thank you, Comdine. And I saw your comment earlier on the video. Arsenal doesn't need a striker to score 20 goals. We need a left center mid. We agree. To unlock Martinelli. Also, Sesko is one of the most clinical finishers in Europe this season. He scored 14 goals only. Is he Haaland?
In 16 appearances.
He played 31 games.
No. 16 starts. He scored 14 goals.
Okay. So you think that is what you need?
Nobody's saying no. I'm just saying no. Based on nobody's saying that's the point. Is you can see something there. You can say, okay, well, if I fit 100%, this as part of my jigsaw, this should be able to just give me what I need in certain games. That's all I'm saying.
You should work for Arsenal. You should work for Arsenal, man. You're great.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know where you guys get a chance to watch Leipzig play because this Sesko guy. I'm defending it, but I never see this guy play. So
I've watched a few games.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
No, I've gone ahead and watched a few games. I'm not just Olu.
Doesn't even know how he shoots. His movement.
Here's the thing.
He doesn't even know himself.
Olu, check it out. See, I've gone ahead and watched some of his games. I've watched a few of his games and not even the highlights. Like I watched his proper games. He shoots to both left and right, which is something that I thought was interesting. He's good with his head, right? He's very raw. You can tell he's very raw the way he plays. But at least that is one thing that I'm like, okay, well, if you're a good instruction follower and you can read the game and you shoot with both, just like Leandro Trossard. You know, you never know which feet he's shooting off. And that's a good thing for a striker. He's 6'5". We're scoring more from set pieces now. If we have someone who's good with his head, if we're going to be using that as another output to score more goals, then why not? As long as he can be coached right and he sits in the right position, if that's who we end up getting, of course I want Isak. But Newcastle is not going to sell Isak. Isak is my first choice. If I don't get Isak, then give me Gyökeres. If you can't get me Victor Gyökeres, then we can look at other people.
Okay, here is this is Comdine. I respect your super chats. This is what Shez is talking about, actually, right? This is what Shez is talking about. Spend less on a striker, leave space to get top class right winger. But you have Bukayo Saka and you have Gabriel Jesus. You can literally replace like that right winger by Gabriel Jesus being the right winger for you, Comdine. I'm responding to you. On a top class left center mid. I thought you're going to go and get a Zubamendi, which is not an expensive one. There is a Kimmich available, but you aren't going to spend 100. I think your top can be the striker to spend the most because they're the most expensive one, because you have Declan Rice and you haven't sold Partey yet. This is one of the things that you need to understand. You signed Jorginho, you still have Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey goes, you get another midfielder, right? And then you get the money spent on striker. And he said, if we paid 100 million on a striker, no money left. Okay, so Comdine, you want to tell me that your budget is 100 million only for this summer? And Man City's budget is 250 million. You cannot. By the way, Comdine, with all due respect to you, you are doing the mistakes that Liverpool did, and they complained about it. Limited budget, and they couldn't spend, so they got the burgers. They couldn't spend, and then all Liverpool was like, "Why didn't we back our manager?" And then they fell off. If you're only have 100 million, if you only have 100 million to spend this summer, that's not going to get you top class players. Kimmich by himself. If you're going to get Kimmich, De Jong is going to cost you 50, 60 million.
Don't forget that everyone knows they need to buy players because they're top of the league. It's never going to be cheap. This is how it goes when you're top.
Havertz 16 GA in 11 starts as a striker. We don't need a striker. We need a midfielder much more. That is the point, Comdine. So you sat here and you're telling me that you are happy. Comdine, answer this for me, please, because that settles the whole argument with Arsenal fans. The whole argument. And I had this discussion with Lee this morning. Are Arsenal fans happy to have Kai Havertz next season? Dio, answer this, please, as well.
No.
Are you okay with Havertz being your starting striker next season?
No, I'm not. I'm okay with Havertz. I'm okay with Havertz being my sub coming off the bench. I said that in the last game. I said for me, I want to look at my bench and see Gabriel Jesus coming off. I want to look at the bench and see Kai Havertz coming off as substitute. I want us to get somebody or whoever it is that suits the positions that we need. Now, big names are great. We can look at big names, but when they're not available, I don't like to have conversations about them. There are certain names that we know readily right now are not available. Why are we playing devil's advocate and just calling their names? Like, for example, Isak is not going to be sold. Newcastle does not want to sell him. Everybody's waiting for Bruno Guimaraes' release clause to end in June before they now start, because it's going to be 80 million if it ends end of June, because his release clause is still active right now. Everybody's waiting for that. So if we're going to strengthen the midfield, get somebody solid again, maybe on the right to back up Bukayo Saka, and then get somebody in front that is clinical enough to give me 20 GA. That's all I need. If Kai Havertz is coming off the bench in 11 games and giving me 16 GA, and you're giving me 20, 25 GA as my top striker, and Bukayo Saka is giving me the 16, 17 GA he's giving me, Leandro Trossard gave me 13 GA, Kai Havertz comes and gives me, I mean, what else am I asking for? At this point, it's about winning. It's about winning every game.
No,
I want to finish the super.
Yeah, go on.
Go ahead, Chess. Go ahead. If you're going to respond.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, Kai Havertz will be putting up those numbers if he's not starting, though. The reason why he got those numbers is a consistent run. Arteta trusted him, and to be very honest, he was your best option, which says a lot about your striking options.
Yeah, because we didn't have our squad was not deep enough last season, and we all know that, and nobody's going to come here and claim that. But also, listen. Hold on. Next season, we're going to be playing in 4 tournaments, so he will get games. He will get games.
No, let me finish what I'm saying, because you interrupt me too much. Yeah, what I'm saying to you is, 5 years into your process, we're still talking about we need this. This process being such a facade, isn't it, Mo? 5 years in.
Look who's talking.
5 years in, and we're still talking about. Oh,
are you joking?
5 years in.
Look who's talking. Look who's talking.
Deo.
Chelsea, you're talking. Where's De Zerbi?
No, wait.
Where is De Zerbi?
Oh, do you know what the difference is?
Where is De Zerbi? Where is De Zerbi?
You know, so your nuance is going to be
where is De Zerbi?
Okay. Let me do the next super chats. Tevin.
You're in the mode. Maresca,
absolutely clinical in finishing rate and scoring over XG. By the way, I just checked. Sesko scored double his XG, which is absolutely impressive. By the way, guys, let's get to 200, 300 likes. You guys are slacking and moving like Darwin Nunes in the chat. Hit that like button underneath your live chat, people. Come on.
1 billion in 2 years to come back and hire Maresca.
We're gonna talk about Chelsea. You're jumping the gun. Comdine is saying, here you go. He responded to all of us. I want Havertz as a starter next season. I don't want him to be the substitute. He does everything Arteta wants from a striker.
Everybody has their opinion.
I'm gonna let the Arsenal fan, but it's his
everybody has their opinion. I for one just want a squad where if I have players like Havertz coming off the bench and I have a better player on the pitch, that's the kind of team I want to have there. Like, yes, with Havertz, he did well this season, but of course, the first half of the season, he wasn't cooking. He wasn't. He cooked in the second half of the season, which means that all the GA that he accumulated was in the second half of the season. And for me, I need to see it more consistently across the season, the whole season, where he's cooking from beginning to end.
Again, I need to see it. There's no need to see. That's what we all say.
No. That's why I said I want a better striker than him, and he will be my substitute. That's what I just said. I said because he hasn't done it over a season. I can't trust him to do it over a season. So I'd rather have him as my substitute and get somebody better at what I'm saying.
Okay. Tevin here is saying, thank you, Tevin, for the big donation, for the big super chat. How good this ends up depends on what we do in the wingers and the midfield position. Let's just wait and see. If we go big on the midfield or on the winger, then it's fine. Isak is 150 to 200 million. Allow it. Okay, here is the thing, Tevin. Very simple response. Do you think you're going to go big on the winger to replace Saka? Or do you think you're going to get another left winger to replace Martinelli and Trossard? Do you have 2 left wingers? What is the best thing to do is to go big on the striker, because you already have Gabriel Jesus who can play right and left. Unless you're going to tell me you're going to sell Jesus and get an elite winger on the left to start over Martinelli and Trossard. That is it. But I agree. Maybe we need to wait and see. Tevin. Thank you so much. Comdine is saying you're all talking about risks. But what about the upside? Here is the upside, Comdine, for this. Very simple. Guy can bangs goals, right? Next season. And it's risk. But if he doesn't bang, you just literally left with 2 plan Bs in Sesko and Havertz for a whole season. And you need to rectify that mistake again the season after. If there is a season after. Because based on most of Arsenal's fans, if we don't win the league or the Champions League next season, he's gone. Now we're starting over. What guarantees that the next manager will want Kai Havertz?
So why are we judging? But that's the thing, though. Then we can't be having this conversation because we are basically already saying he's not good enough to get you over the line. If Arteta thinks that this is who he wants and is good enough to get him over the line, then let Arteta go for it.
Okay, fair enough.
Let Arteta go for it.
Do you know?
Because there's an upside and there's a downside to everything. Everything weighs
absolutely. Do you know this signing along with Arteta's new contract, which is going to talk about it at the end of the show, tells me what? What is that? And I'm going to ask everybody in the down row here. If they are giving Arteta a new contract and they're signing 20 years old, what's your conclusion?
They're sticking with him for the long term, bro.
Yeah, regardless of outcome.
Yeah, it don't matter, bro. As long as it's almost again. We're almost back to that. You're almost back to what it was with Wenger, where as long as you're getting us top 4, as long as we're in and around there competing, maybe from every now and then, we're happy.
Mo, it clicked to my brain. They don't care about dominance, they care about competing.
Exactly.
I'll say it again. They don't care about dominating, they care about like competing the most.
It's very clear. It's
No
very
one
clear.
just-
It's very clear. All of you here,
Oh,
conspiracy
no,
theorists.
no, no.
Conspiracy
The last time-
theorists.
The
All
last
of you.
time, don't
Starting
be
with
interrupting
Chairs.
me. Relax. Don't be interrupting
Conspiracy
me.
theorists. So a club
Don't-
renews their
Dale,
money.
Dale,
A
know
club
what I
renews
say
their
to you?
manager's contract
Dale.
that is 1 year left on
Dale.
it. Renews it to a 3-year contract, right? A
Dale.
club does that,
Dale, let me
and
say
all of
your
a
name.
sudden, because a player is linked with that club, we haven't signed Sesko. He's linked with the club. Oh
Dale,
no, the
don't
plan
need
is because
to
they want to
get triggered and
sign
look
young
at-
players
look at him,
and they want to
look at him.
remain in the perpetual
Ahmed, show
cycle
the
of having
picture,
young
man.
man.
Show the
Dude,
picture.
what kind
Show
of
the picture, bro.
conspiracy? What kind of conspiracy mindset do you have?
I'm gonna speak.
What kind of conspiracy mindset?
Mo, you notice
I'm
it now.
silent, bro. I'm not saying anything.
But
What are you
Dio,
talking
that's not
to me,
conspiracy,
bro?
though. 1 second, Dio, though. This is not conspiracy. Under Wenger, what was it always about? Top four,
I'm
top
not.
four, top
No,
four.
listen.
top four.
Listen.
So
I'm not.
if you-
I am
why
not talking
can't I
about.
be the same
Listen,
under Arteta, bro?
Ahmed. Wenger and Arteta are two different people. Yeah. So if you want to sit here, if you want me to, okay, do you want me
I
to
think
judge
we
your
get
club
close
now
to my
based on?
point.
Do you want me to judge your
think we
club
get
based
close
on
to
your
my
your
point.
old coaches? Yeah. Do you want?
You're not
my
getting my
friend?
point. You're not getting my point, Dio. You're not getting my point. Under Wenger, the ownership was always get us top four, and we.
But it's a different ownership now. It's a different ownership.
It's the same ownership now.
No. So let me break it down for you. The Cronkies did not buy Arsenal fully until 2018. If you don't know that now. Before that, the Cronkies did not have full say on anything that was happening in
can I
Arsenal.
finish
They were
my
part
point?
owners of the club. So they were
Can I
they were
finish
not
my
the full owners until 2018. It was when they took over in 2018 that they got rid of Unai Emery, that they brought in Arteta and decided to start their project. It's the same thing they've done in every other franchise that they own. With the LA Rams, they did the same thing.
Can I
With
say one
the
thing,
Nuggets,
though?
they did the same
I'm
thing.
gonna do the rest of the super chat, and then we're gonna go to Chelsea, and then we're gonna go back to Arteta.
No, can I
This
just
is the plan.
respond to? Can I just say my point? Because obviously,
You don't
I
have
do
a
my
point.
job.
What
I
is
do
your
my
point?
thing. I do my thing very well. It triggers Deo. It gets instantly in. The chat I've had recently in my YouTube, my TikTok, it's doing well for me. Thank you, everyone, for supporting me. Thank you. My point is this, Deo.
You
Your
don't have a point.
team
Where's the
doesn't
Zerbi?
want. Your
Where's
team
the Zerbi?
doesn't
Where's
want
the
to
Zerbi?
dominate.
Oh no, your team is not
team
going
don't
anywhere
wanna
from now on. You know that.
No,
You know
I
you're
know
in the
this.
gutter.
All right.
You're
I'm
interrupting
gonna
again.
do this super chat.
No, I'm not finished off.
No,
The reason why I'm saying this-
Mo. You
Iron's not
finished.
gonna let you
Mo.
finish off.
Mo,
Nah,
you
he's
finished.
triggered, innit?
Mo, you finished. He's
I'm not
finished.
This is just war, man. You know
He's
what I mean?
finished.
He's so
He's finished.
triggered. Look at
I can't listen
it.
to Chelsea fans. What do you mean? I know it's not that I'm triggered. I can't come
You're
down to
very
your
triggered,
level
bro.
and listen to
At
you.
least Olu can listen. You can't
First-
listen. You just
first-
No. Wait. Listen, there's a filter in my head. Anyone who's like 20 points and behind us, I don't listen to them. They don't register in my brain. So unless
Wait,
it's 20
wait.
points because of nothing worse, you don't register.
that point didn't bang. So Mo, you could continue.
It bangs.
That was
It
cool.
bangs.
All I know is that. All I know
You
is
tried.
that.
Olu, you
All I
tried.
know is
though.
where's the
It's
Zerbi?
cool.
Where is the Zerbi?
What is
We
that
paid the
microphone?
Zerbi's. We paid the Zerbi's gratuity. We just don't want to announce it. We're just
Also-
not going to announce it. I'm telling you, we were the ones that paid that
No,
Zerbi's gratuity. We're not going to announce it yet, and we're just waiting. When the time is right, we're going to announce it. And De Zerbi's coming to Chelsea.
This is my
Yeah,
favorite.
you had to hire Macaroni. What's the name of your coach?
I must say.
Medicoloni.
All right, guys. I'm
you're
gonna
paid.
do the rest of the super chats because otherwise we're never gonna
Cheers,
finish.
20
Arsenal PR is the only elite part of your club.
And I work in the PR department. That's me right there.
No surprise. No shot there. No shot there.
I think United's better, man. United's got a good PR team too, you know.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me.
I want. Okay, we did that one. Comdean is saying here, Shez, it's 4 years in, and we had to go through COVID and replace 25 players in the squad. If we wanted to do it in 2 years, we would be where you are. All right.
Oh, really poor point. But thank
No,
you.
it's a very good point.
Actually, it's a
So,
very, very
Mo,
good point.
what's his point here? What's
His point is they are still in the process.
This is why I can't take Arsenal fans.
That's why, Ahmed. That's why I ignored it.
I can't take it serious.
No, but it's true.
Wait.
You tried to skip it by signing a lot of players and hiring a second manager. Where are you now?
Mo, have they won a Premier League yet?
No.
So wait, let me ask a question.
They wanna-
Okay, hold on. Let me ask
Well,
you.
wait,
something.
no.
I'm gonna ask you then respond.
No. I've asked you a question. Yes or
I
no,
answered you. I said
and I
no.
want to come back in with my point. Yeah. So they've not won the Premier League, not won the Champions League. Is that what we're saying? So my thing is this: if they're giving Arteta, this is logic. They're giving Arteta 5-year contracts. From hearing, they haven't won any major.
It's 3 years. It's 3 years. Stop spreading.
3 years.
Stop
Okay,
spreading.
no,
I'm gonna ask Shez a question. Comdean, I'm coming to this super chat.
Also,
I'm gonna ask a question to actually go to Chelsea. I'm sorry, I need to finish this.
After, wait, let me ask you, Chess, before you go.
No,
Chess,
if you ask him a
you do-
question,
you-
you're gonna
you-
open a lot of
no,
can
no.
of worms.
It's a simple question. It's a very, very
Now
simple
let Mo
question,
do- okay,
right?
go on.
You know economics, right? you know economics. Do you protect an asset? Yes or no?
Well, obviously,
Is Arteta an asset to Arsenal?
Yes.
it depends what you're looking for.
No. Is it yes or no? Is it an asset?
Only I can answer
Right
your
now, is
question.
he an asset?
Wait, pause. You ask. You
It's
know,
a very simple question. Right now,
Can I
is he
ask
an
a
asset?
question?
Yes or no?
Can I
No,
ask a
don't
question?
give me a
Yes or
long
no?
way. Yes
Say
or
yes
no?
or no
Answer
No,
the
don't you
question.
dare say yes or no. I want yes or no from
Yes
you.
or no? Because you know, I caught you. I caught you. That's why. Super
Olu,
chat. Let's
depends
continue.
what your
Let's
objectives are.
continue. Let's continue.
Depends what your objectives are.
Evan
your
here is
objective is
saying
to compete,
that
then cool.
the left wing will most likely be the one that can play both sides. Trossard is way better centrally. So yes, it could be a class winger as well as a class mid. So what Tevin is saying, Trossard is gonna be the sub for Kai Havertz, and they're gonna sign an elite left winger with Sesko as well.
Right,
I
Tevin,
think they win the league. If they
you must work
don't,
with me.
oh Lord.
Tevi's part of the coaching squad as well, man.
Yeah.
I think
I mean,
we're
big
gonna
up
PR, he's in
Tevin.
coaching.
Big up Tevin. Maybe. Listen, we have to wait and see. But if
I think they'll
Arsenal,
win the
after
league.
all
But
of
if
this,
they don't win the league, boy, it's peak.
if Arsenal, I'm not gonna sit here and say that, but if Arsenal actually at the end don't sign like big names up top, what is happening? What is happening?
They're failing, Mo. That's what they're doing.
Like what is happening? Comdine is coming back and say Pep wins the league wherever he is. Arteta is the best manager in the Prem outside of Pep. Arsenal are preparing for domination when Pep leaves.
What happened to
That
Emery?
mentality. Okay, Comdine, I'm gonna ask you a question. Pep is gonna evaluate his position in December. What if he says there is no better job and I'm staying 2 more years? Are you willing to wait?
Are you that shook of Pep?
Are you
They're
serious?
shook of Pep, bro. They're shook of Pep. That's what it is, man.
No. You guys are getting it wrong. Pep
I'm
is shook
getting
of
it wrong.
Arteta.
Explain, please.
Pep is shook of
Elaborate.
Arteta. He's seeing Arteta creep up slowly, and he's getting shivers in his bed. He's waking up saying, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." And that's why he's looking to run. He's running away now. Apart
This
from
is-
the Arsenal PR department.
Wallahi, this is crazy,
Arsenal
bro.
PR
No way you
department.
said that.
Look at how hoping you might have drinking. You see what I'm
Arsenal
drinking?
PR
I
This is
did-
hoping. Look,
Oh my god,
He's
bro.
afraid.
Like seriously, Comdine, is that
This
your
is Man
argument
City.
that Arteta's gonna dominate after Pep?
This is Man City. How much
Are
money
you
do they have?
willing, Comdine, if Pep stays 2 more years, 2027, are you willing to have Arteta from
this is
2019
Arsenal
to
Football Club.
2017?
Arsenal
Was
Football
Arteta
Club.
in December 2019, Dio?
Mo, this is Arsenal Football Club mentality. Deep it.
What do you say, Mo? You said 2019.
Is
Big
Arteta
man.
Yeah, your fan base and your fans.
Chaz, be quiet. Let me hear the question. Be quiet. You say too much.
You interrupt to me.
You make too much noise.
You interrupt to me. So I interrupt you back.
You make too
Yeah?
much noise, Chaz.
You hold that. Yeah? You hold that.
You make too much
You
noise.
interrupt you back. Firm it. Yeah?
Ahmed, you don't have the Rashford thing. They don't have this man. You know what I mean? They don't have this man. You know what I mean?
What did you say?
They don't have it, bro.
They don't have this.
They don't have it.
Allah,
They don't have it.
you all
They don't have
want
it, bro.
us.
They
They
don't have
the
it.
mentality.
They don't have it.
Wait.
They don't have it, bro.
Guys,
They don't do it.
It won't go away.
You know what I
Listen,
mean?
listen.
Can we
Olu,
really do that?
Mo,
Guys, can we
Mo,
respect
Mo.
the people
Olu.
that spend money to
Yeah,
super chats?
there he is.
Mo. No. Listen,
yeah.
I could take the jokes. I could take the jokes from Chelsea, but -1.
Oh, -1 is
No.
crazy.
If you,
Ahmed is gonna come here
-1
and tell you he had a better season than you, but that's a different story.
-1 cannot talk. Listen, your name is not Ahmed. Your name is -1. So when we refer to you, you can speak. But until then, -1, just be quiet. Do your memes and everything. But -1
That
until we
is
refer
crazy.
to you.
Listen, when it's my time to go, yeah, I'm gonna call.
Minus.
Fuck the
We
last
didn't
one.
say you could talk yet.
Yes,
Mute him.
Promo.
You all want us to hate our club so bad. No, we don't. All we need is for you guys to be honest. Because Dio sat here defending Sesko for 30 minutes. And then the first word comes out of his mouth when we ask him, he's like, but he's our fourth choice. That means
No, I said fourth. Mo, I said fourth. I said number fourth choice.
four.
Yeah,
Are you watching the camera? Four.
I said fourth choice. I did not say not yes. I
Yeah.
did not say one. I'm
Dio.
watching the camera. I can see your fingers. They are
Four.
big. They are
Four,
big,
right?
like you said.
There, do it with me. 1, 2.
Cheers. I went to night. I went to
That
night.
means you
Yeah,
agree
four.
with us.
Yeah?
You know
Cheers.
what
I
mean?
went
You
to
don't
night
have it,
school.
man.
I went to night school.
Can we stop? All of you want Arteta gone because you know what is being built at Arsenal. All your agendas are nonsense.
Oh
Keep
my
believing that, mate.
God.
Keep believing
La
that.
hawla.
You believe it, you won't believe it.
You don't even believe in it, bro.
والله العظيم
You don't
ثلاثة.
even believe it.
أنا
Cold
الله العظيم.
sweat.
I am الله العظيم. and I'm gonna ask Olo this, and Olo's gonna answer. Do you really think, Olo, and answer this question honestly, because I know you're an honest man. Do you think fans hate on Arteta because they want him to leave and they're scared of him?
I don't think it's because they're scared of him. I think that there's been a perception which started from, especially the all or nothing like thing with the speakers in Anfield, that's now kept going on. So even if Arteta,
you're waffling too much, bro.
Arteta, don't do that. Arteta could win the league, and people will still find something to say something bad about the guy. I just think
you haven't answered the question.
Answer
the question. Do you think rival fans? Okay, thank you so much. Dean, here is your answer from an Arsenal fan, not us.
Yeah, but I'm my own man.
Dean, I want to win this year, and think we will. I am saying, I hope you listen. If it's a choice between Man City and Arsenal, I'm a gooner, and people know that publicly. I am a gooner if it's between Arsenal and Man City, right? I am saying that what he does leave us will dominate the league. Here is the problem, Comdine, with this. If he doesn't win until 2027 and Pep stays until 2027, do you guarantee that Chelsea will not catch up? Liverpool, Man United will not catch up in 3 years? I don't think anybody can sit here and tell me.
Don't let me do it. Listen, first of all, -1 needs to get more goals, first of all. So we don't even know what they're going to be in like 2 years' time, right? They might finally get to 0. So we don't even know about that. As for Chelsea, 7-year contract. Now we've got enough years.
And I'm going back to
years, don't worry.
Okay, so here is the thing. And I'm gonna ask Shez a question after this super chat. It's the last one. Thank you, Comdine, Tevin. Appreciate everyone that supported the channel. Of course, Madrid, everyone. Shez would cut off his own member and eat it like a hot dog for a manager like Arteta. And that brings me to another question to Shez. I have a couple of questions for you and Ahmed, because now we're moving to Chelsea. Couple of questions for Shez. Would you rather have Maresca or Arteta? And don't I'm gonna kick you out of the stream.
No, I'll tell you why.
I'm gonna kick you out of the stream.
You let me land or what?
Yes, but let me ask you the second question so you can answer it. If you logically speaking, would you rather both teams now, today, both clubs, would you rather be in a Chelsea starting process with Maresca or Arsenal with Arteta now?
Oh, Arsenal's process how it is now.
Now, today, you are choosing. You are having your nephew now, right? Is blindly betting on 2 clubs to win in the next 5 years. Would you rather bet on Arsenal to win or Chelsea to win?
To win what? Majors?
Majors, yes.
Oh my goodness.
What? If you're asking someone to bet,
it's not a question.
It's a very simple question.
You know what you need to do, Oli?
I cannot get in simpler than this.
Mo. Chez went to night school. He didn't go to proper school, so he didn't read properly. There was no light in the classroom at night, so he doesn't really comprehend. Let's say it to him in a different language.
Hey, Mo,
what language can I say it to? Let me say it to you, Yoruba. Let me say it to you, Yoruba. Tobaniko mu team nínú Arsenal. Àti Chelsea níbi tó wà níbi tí ipò wọn wà gangan èwo ló máa mú nínú méjèèjì.
Now we're moving to Chelsea.
What I said was, if you had to pick a team,
no, Mo, in Arabic.
Wait, can I have my say for 2 seconds?
Okay, let Ahmed go.
I haven't said anything. Listen. I just want to know, See, this is my problem.
Don't fucking ask another question. Fucking ask questions.
No, I'm not going to ask questions. This is my problem with Arsenal fans. You guys have higher standards for rivals than for your own club. This is how you guys operate. When it comes to your own club, there's a million excuses. Yeah, you're at that time of your stage where you should be competing, and you're getting linked to Sesko, bro. I said it ages ago, by the way. Timo Werner got 28 goals in that Bundesliga. Yeah, he got 28 goals. We all know what happened when he joined. Flipping Sebastian Haller, when he was there, he bagged goals, and then he joined West Ham and flopped. Yeah, he bagged that Ajax, but still, I don't know how you guys can be talking. By the way, Arteta, you guys can keep him. Yeah, he's a decent coach. Yeah, but I'm not threatened by Arteta. I'm not threatened. I just came 8th, and bro, I won a trophy. I won a trophy in our worst season.
That's why he's feeling you. Look up.
Be quiet, please.
Hold on. And you guys can carry on with your project. Bro, give it an extra 10 years. Because when Pep does to go, we can't win it because Pep's here. Oh no, we can't win it because we have this player. Oh no. You guys literally say, I've seen people talk about Arsenal, we've got the best right winger, best left winger, best striker, best midfielder, best DM, best everything. If you've got the best in class in every position, then you should be competing. Where are your standards? You're cooking Chelsea fans, by the way, for having Maresca. But when Arsenal got Arteta, he didn't have a CV. Maresca won a title with the Championship. So what are you talking about? What are you talking? Look at Saka, by the way.
Are you done, Ahmed? Ahmed, are you done?
I'm ready to go now. I'm ready to jump in now.
Ahmed, are you done?
You wait
Ahmed, are you
down
done?
there, mate. You wait
Listen,
up
you-
down there.
you-
know?
Ahmed, are you done?
Let me land my plane.
Let me respond to him. Ahmed, first and foremost, right? First and foremost, Ahmed. First and foremost, when you're going to speak, when you're going, cheers.
Guys, you can't hear us.
I'm going to keep speaking until you stop talking.
You too. I'm not going to let you speak as well because I was responding.
Yeah.
Wait,
I've had to listen to you waffle the last hour. I've had enough.
Be quiet. Be quiet and take your feeding bottle. Be quiet and take your feeding bottle.
I'm going to respond.
Be quiet and take your feeding bottle.
I want the Chelsea fans now to respond to what I asked.
Thank you, Mo.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you know what? Go ahead, Jess.
Ahmed is 100% correct.
What is Ahmed has to do with this?
Have no standards for your football club. When it comes to your club, it's verbal gymnastics.
We're talking about Chelsea. How are we talking about Arsenal again?
You're deflecting, Shez.
You are deflecting. They ask about Maresca.
Go ahead, Shez.
Because Ahmed, it's because Ahmed.
But by the way, the chat are not stupid, right? People are not idiots. They know that you're deflecting, bro. You're not answering the question, bro.
I'm going to finish off my point, innit?
It's Ahmed's fault because Ahmed is going to jump in again and attack Arsenal for no random reason. No random reason.
Let me continue,
The boy is on cheap crack.
Arsenal have no standard. Deo is a...
We're talking about Chelsea. Answer the question. Answer the Chelsea question.
Dale does this. Chelsea, we can't win without have a striker.
I've never said that. I've never said that.
Excuses.
Guys, we're not gonna Chess. When nobody is gonna interrupt you for the next 2-3 minutes. Go ahead. Land your minerals, Chess. Let him talk now. Land your minerals, bro.
I want to answer the question though.
No, don't ask us anything, bro. You haven't even answered anything.
What's question? No, I want you to ask me the question again.
I'm gonna ask him the question. I'm gonna ask him the question.
Yeah, I want to hear it again.
Now you're starting a process today with Chelsea with Maresca, this guy. Would you rather be Arsenal now? Forget the past. Arsenal had their past. Today, would you tell your nephew or your cousin to bet on Arsenal winning trophies with this process or Chelsea with Maresca for the next 5 years? Number 2.
5 years.
You signed Maresca for 5 years, so your process
is a
is 5
5-year
years.
contract.
You literally did.
I thought you were going to say, go, continue.
It's not me. Your Chelsea Football Club did this. And the second, I gave you the choice before you signed Maresca. Would you take Arteta from Arsenal today, or would you take Maresca? Who would you take?
Let me answer. Let me finish up my answer, by the way.
Yeah. Go ahead. The floor is yours. I'm gonna make you full screen, bro.
You don't need to put me full screen. Go on. Come. The thing is with Arteta, he didn't have any experience before going into Arsenal, but he won an FA Cup in his first season. So that's what Arsenal fans hold on to him for in terms of winning them trophies in the future. So if you hadn't won the FA Cup, people wouldn't be holding on to him like this. Even Dale Ollie wouldn't. Because the FA Cup was brought in, they give a bit more time and they believe you can win more in the bigger trophies. Maresca's actually won a trophy and he has more experience coming into a club prior to him coming to Chelsea now. So if Arsenal fans can back Arteta, who won an FA Cup with their club, to be fair, then why can't I have the same energy from Maresca, who's actually got managerial experience before coming into Chelsea? Like they can't mock me for doing what they did if the guy has more experience and actually won things as well with previous clubs. They can't now say to me, yo, Chers, yo, Arteta, what about now? Like, you can't mock me because we're in the same
we're not mocking you because of Maresca. We're not mocking you because of Maresca. Let me tell you why I'm mocking you. You know why I'm mocking you? I'm mocking you because you said on this stream, you sat here and spoke with confidence like you had inside information that Roberto De Zerbi was coming to your club. You sat down, and that's why I'm mocking you about Maresca. I'm not mocking Maresca's stats or his qualifications. Maresca is more qualified than Arteta when Arteta started. Arteta was an assistant coach. So Maresca has something on his CV. I'm not mocking Maresca. I'm not saying that he's a terrible coach. No, I am mocking the fact that you sat here full-chested saying Chelsea are moving like a big club. We are going to get De Zerbi. If we don't get De Zerbi, there's coaches, the managers I want, Chelsea going to get them. What do you mean? You guys are beneath me. And then you get Maresca and then you hide your face behind your camera for the first 10 minutes of the stream. You don't want to show your face. and he had writing in the group chat that he's not connecting. If you look,
don't want me. So
look, let me tell you something. Your deflection from the question was very simple. They asked you a simple question. Both teams, even if I was not an Arsenal fan, and I look at both teams and I look at where they are at, it's like me. It's like, okay, let me put it this way. Let me ask this question. If you ask me, Dio, whose stage would you take right now? Chelsea stage or the Man U stage? I'll take the Chelsea. I'll take the Chelsea stage because Man U stage is at the very beginning.
I answered the question on Maresca. That's the
you did not answer the question.
You asked me 2 questions.
You still found a way to bring it back to Arteta when we hired Arteta.
Respond then. He asked me the question about Maresca and Arteta, and
now,
he also
but you haven't answered. Now, would you take Arteta or Maresca?
He also asked me a question about what player or what project is better to go to. I haven't answered that question yet.
Yes,
but I can answer the question now. That question.
But you haven't answered the other question because you compared Maresca now.
No, I said Maresca. I said that.
No. Hold on. You compare. You compared Maresca today to Arteta's 2019.
No, I said for that reason of how they viewed it in 2019, how it's come about now. I don't mind taking.
But the question was about now. The question was about now. The question was, would you take Maresca now or Arteta now?
Let me answer you. Hear the answer, innit?
Let me just go back and forth with Chess here. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying, Mo, is I'm saying Maresca is my answer because of the hindsight lucrative information we have on how Arteta did with Arsenal. But I don't want the same thing that Arsenal and Arteta have because they've won many trophies. I want what they've had, but with more trophies. So Maresca, for example, was to win an FA Cup, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and finish in the same league positions as Arsenal. I'll be more happy with that because I'm actually winning trophies.
So you think
sorry.
So hold on. So his answer is before he answers the second one, he's gonna answer the second one, and I want Ahmed's opinion as well.
I'm confused,
right? Because it's not only shares a Chelsea fan. Listen, his answer is, think Maresca have a better chance of winning trophies with Chelsea in the coming more than Arteta in the coming 2-3 years if he had at Chelsea. That's what you said. That's your answer.
The reason why, Oli, I want to make sure
let me ask a question.
I speak to him more.
No, I want to hear. Can Ahmed answer as well?
No, I will say one more thing, please.
Yes.
I don't mock Arsenal fans per se for the protest. I mock them because it hasn't got them much trophies. Because like Ahmed will tell you, pause. Like Ahmed will tell you, he can gloat, because they win trophies. You don't.
Yes, we do. So what are you talking about? Listen, I'm old enough to have seen Arsenal with the Premier League, so stop doing that.
I'm talking about
now.
Ahmed, do you agree with this?
Wait, before I go, let me ask a question. No, can I just ask him one question? Let me ask one question. If that's the case, right? If it's the case that because of what he did in the Championship, then why did you back Graham Potter when he had won the league with whatever that team he did in outside the Premier League and then did one Premier League? Why didn't you do the same thing with Pochettino, who won the league in PSG, who has more experience than Arteta, and did well with Tottenham? I mean, the logic you're making, I think in your mind, you think it makes sense, but the reality is that you've got two managers who have won way more than Arteta in their career and have done way more than Arteta, and you didn't back him.
What's it got to Maresca? You don't
so how can you say? Wait, before you finish, before you go, before you go, how can you say with just sound logic that whatever his name is, Maresca, whatever his name is going to win before Arteta when you've had two other managers who were better placed based on their experience to win? That makes no logical sense.
I've already said that Arsenal win the league this season. I don't think you won't win it. I just think he'll win more. So I'd rather have him. That's the question. I'd rather have him than have Arteta, who's shown that he can't get over the line when it matters the most. Enzo hasn't not shown that yet in the Prem. He's still yet to prove that or not. So when we get that conclusion, I'll say the same thing as you. The difference is that the Chelsea fans, as you know, because they're very toxic, expect trophies and to be winning. Arsenal fans aren't the same. You men are happy with just competing and coming second and keep trying next year. Do you think Chelsea fans would be accepting second, few points off? They'll be outraged. We want the man to sack straight away. Arsenal fans give him a 10-year contract.
I forgot Chelsea.
Wait.
So I wanna just like contextualize the question here. So you're saying, as of right now, which project would I choose between Arsenal and Chelsea? Yes. Right? That's the question, right? Okay, so I think for me personally, I would actually choose. It's very hard for me to say this, but I would actually choose a Chelsea project only because only because of this. The problem I have with Arsenal is that I don't feel like they want to go that extra step to actually finish the job that they need to do. Whereas for me, I feel like with Chelsea, within the next 2 to 3 years, bro, we've gone to listen in our worst state. We've managed to get to a Carabao Cup final and an FA Cup semi-final. Bro, we're more likely to win that trophy before they are.
Big man,
that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
Wait. There's history that tells us that you've had a 20-year period of being this club. Before that, you had over 100 years of not being that club. So let's not pretend like you were doing this. You're not Real Madrid. You won't do this all the time. So lower your expectations, first of all. Second of all, you have first of all, you say Arsenal don't want to win. There's literally signs that Arsenal. Wait. You said Arsenal didn't want to win. There are signs, and in fact, I know it was a joke and everything, but it's actually a trophy which is going to be lit up if Arsenal ever win the league. There is mentality in there that their aim in the training ground is to win. They have to look at that trophy every single time they walk past, right? So there's people don't like the word process. There is a process. The problem I just have with this whole thing is that you don't see your business model, which is to flip players. And any club whose business model is to flip players is not built to win. And I'm going to tell you right now that I don't see Chelsea winning zilch major for a very long time. Those Roman years are gone. You're going back to where you were when you had Ken Bates and them, man. Get used to it.
Ollie, can I answer your question?
So this is not banter, right?
Yeah,
sorry.
I want to have a conversation, not like banter.
I've been quiet since.
I'm asking a question to respond to him. You can speak after, it's fine. I won't interrupt you. Ollie, where were Arsenal 2 years ago?
We were fifth. We were fifth.
It was rhetorical. I already knew the answer. You were fifth, struggling to
get top question.
4. It was rhetorical. I was being kind of rude there. I agree. You were fifth, struggling to get top 4. Really, really poor signings-ish. Arteta was like trying to find his way. The football wasn't great like it was now. And you didn't know where you were going to be. Next season, you finished second. So to sit there and say, conclusively, Chelsea won't do this, Chelsea are rubbish, who's Maresca, Enzo's crap, Jackson, who's that? Brother, when we get our striker, which we will, we've already seen the link, we're going to get a striker. When we get our left back, goalkeeper, these things
we're going to get Deserbi.
Wait, pause. Let me finish off because I'm not trying to do a band thing, innit?
Yeah.
To be proper players, what stopped me from telling you that in a year's time, we'll be competing for top 3? Why can't I say it?
But you won't, because this. Hold on. Ahmed, let me respond to this. See, the reason, listen, and this is not. This is just talk. This is just. See, look, this is just talking football. Your club's model, right? Clearly, what they do everywhere they go to. Just go look at all the other teams that they own. They flip players. They're not looking at Chelsea as. See, it's not like the Man City group, right?
This is the first club they own, bro. This is the first club they own.
No, they have a multiple model.
They've got
the second club they've owned was Strasbourg. Literally,
what I'm saying, listen, but I'm saying the model that they have. What they do is listen. What they do in other sports, what they do is they flip players. That's their mentality. It's not like Man City, who see Manchester City as their peak club that they get to win, and then they have the other smaller one in Spain that they're building up as well. And they're doing little things that it's different. It's a different model. This model that Clear Lake employs is buy many young players, give them enough minutes, experience, get them to a certain point, price up, sell them. That kind of model is not sustainable for winning. That's what we're saying.
Model, by the way.
Listen, we're not dissing.
It is a model.
Which is why you're signing 8-year contracts, 7-year contracts. They're keeping them long so that if anybody wants to buy out that contract, if they are good, let's say they bank for first 2 years, 3 years. If you want to buy out that contract, there's 5 more years. You know how much you have to pay to get that player. That's how they want to make. Like for them, they had thought about it that way. I'm not trying to diss your club. I'm just trying to say the difference with how Arsenal.
I'm not saying dissing it, but that's incorrect.
The difference with how Arsenal built ours is we are not for us. It's a case of the Cronkies were like, Arteta, get us back to winning ways. Let's start winning something again. All right, cool. It's going to take a while. You guys are going to stick with me. And if you remember this, I know people don't like to refer to it, but in the All or Nothing documentary, when we were losing games, and Arteta sat down, I was like, man, things aren't working out. Josh Kroenke told him point blank, said, this is where we back you up, and we're going to keep backing you up until you win. The Cronkies model, which I have noticed now, I don't like it. I want them to win now. I want my team to win now as a fan. But I can tell you this, the Cronkies model, right, with every team that they also have owned, they've backed their managers until their managers won. They never go. They backed the managers until the managers won. The Super Bowl, they did it with the LA Rams. The Nuggets, they did the same exact thing. Their hockey team, they did the same exact thing. They will back their teams until they win. So it's different. So it's different approach.
Let me respond to him. He's making assumptions, which is reasonable because I use logic as one of my arguments. That obviously you use other sports and these owners, they're the same kind of individuals. So, but the difference is that like what me and Ahmed are saying is, you don't spend this much money on one player, 100 million to flip him. You don't flip 100 million pound players. That's not how it works.
No, that's true.
So use my logic, yeah. You don't buy these players 50 million to flip them for 200. That's not how this football works. They know this. So you saying, oh, they're gonna flip Caicedo and Enzo. No,
I didn't say Caicedo and Endo. I said you bought a lot of young players. I never mentioned Caicedo and Endo. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put those words in my mouth. I never mentioned any of those players. I said you bought a lot of young players that you hope that once they bang in a couple of years, you can flip them.
Can I come in now, please? I use the wrong players. My point is, using that blanket statement of you buy young players to flip them. Caicedo, when we bought him, was very young. Enzo is very young. They're just two of our marquees. There's more. Lavia, very young. We didn't buy all these expensive players to flip them all. The whole idea is Chelsea want a model where you have a young progressive team, plays a good style of football, they grow up together. Matt sound cringe, Fazy. Yeah. They win, they grow, and now you have an established team, and you can add and take away players.
So let me ask you a question.
One more thing. Let me ask you a question. I want to also add, listen. Once you have that so-called squad, the guys that don't make it, yes, you move on. If they don't make it, at least you can make money off of them. I don't mind that.
No, I hear you, but that's what I'm.
For me, I've always said, is the model they're probably looking at is a Red Bull plus, where you keep the best, the ones that don't make it out of the hood, you sell. It's as simple as that.
So the problem I find with Chelsea fans sometimes that they don't actually know their owners. Like, you know, Clear Lake, but you don't know what Clear Lake do. Clear Lake are an investment bank, investment arm or investment company. Essentially, people give them money to make them more money.
Exactly.
So the end goal is to make money. So when they buy player or when they buy a club, they're not looking just to spend. It's not Roman Abramovich who was happy to take a loss. In 7 years' time, 10 years' time, when the Saudi PIF say, right, we've invested 400 million with you guys, or whatever it is, where's our returns back? They have to make returns. If Chelsea are one of those vehicles to make returns, there's a reason why you're going after 16, 17-year-olds, getting them for X amount in the hope that even if you don't have them, you can still sell them for X amount of price. It's buying and selling. It's a flip. It's not like it's not. Wait, let me finish. It's not a private passion. It's not a private owner who's passionate about our club who bought you. It's an investment bank, and sometimes you have to just look at the fact that it's an investment bank who owns Chelsea now, basically, or not investment bank, an investment consultant.
Cool. Can I just say something though?
Business.
I want to say uninterrupted as well. There's a lot of hope, Armin. Reading between the lines, a lot of hopium, a lot of we think this, not we know this. We're using what we think, what we know as a fact. We're using that logic into what we believe to be confirmation bias. You could even say.
Yes.
What I'm trying to tell you is, it sounds very nice what you're saying. I can almost guarantee you Chelsea won't be as bad as well last season. We, in our terrible season, came sixth and made it to a final and semi-final. Now, I'm not saying that's good. That's terrible. But that's still a certain level.
Exactly.
It's not like it's like we're 12, like the season before where everyone could agree was poor, was crap. Last season was poor for me. And I still went to Wembley twice. So my thing is this. It's only can improve from there. If football improves, if the players improve. Everyone's talking the assumption that everyone's going to stagnate. Every single player we have is going to it's only going to be Cole Palmer.
No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about. Ahmed. I'm talking to Ahmed. I'm speaking to Ahmed. I'm speaking to Ahmed.
I say he can come in afterwards.
I'm speaking to Ahmed.
Yeah, relax.
Wait,
as I was saying, people on the assumption, Ahmed saying before that people that are the players going to stagnate, Enzo's going to stay the same. It's just going to be Cole Palmer. We haven't got a striker. We're addressing all these issues this summer. People don't want to like that though. It doesn't suit their narrative. To them, Chelsea will stay the same. You'll be 12, 1 billion spent. Let's leave it at that. See you in the dust. That's not how it's going to work. And the owners, Olu, to answer your point, they make the most money if the team's successful. The irony.
They can't even make
Yes,
money.
but also, you
Pause,
wait.
pause,
That point. No, wait, no.
I'll let you land. I'll let you land.
No, you go
I
after.
didn't
Let me
want you to
just go to that point.
No,
Just
no,
that point
no,
very quickly.
I'm
Very
not
quickly,
done.
very quickly.
After you
Very quickly.
finish,
On that point, and I'll stop. It's very short.
I don't know.
That's true. That is true. Successful. But in the first year, they spent loads of money and made lots of mistakes. So they can make mistakes with their model. Yes or no?
100%. But I guess the issue is, Ollie, didn't you say to me just now, 8-year contracts? It's 1 year, 8 years. No. So if they made a mistake in year 1 and year 2 and even year 3, why would I sit there and go, it's going to be the same mistakes for 8 years, nearly a decade?
I think the other thing
it makes more sense for them to turn around.
It's fair.
The other thing I want to add here is that, listen, we've got an anti-Glazer contract in the actual club. They can't take profits until 2032. So the money has to go. So that money has to be reinvested at least for a decade, right? And then afterwards we can see what's going to happen.
Ahmed, which is why. Only 1 second. Ahmed, which is why I'm telling you that an investment firm like them, what they do, what people like that do, which we've seen. I know what investment firms do. I know. I'm saying like which we've seen them do in many of firms in different sports, right? Is that's why you guys are buying a lot of young players, not just your first team players. Go look at your academy players and the young players that you're buying from Brazil and all these places. Let me tell you what that does. If Madrid comes for Palmer tomorrow, do you know that if Madrid says, okay, here's 180 million, we want Cole Palmer, they'll let him go. Clear Lake will let him go. Clear Lake doesn't care about the fans. I'm not saying, so the difference is they are not the sentimental people to the club. They don't have that sentiment towards your club. I'll tell you this. Your owner, Todd Bowley, made a statement at an event here in America about Cole Palmer. He says, yeah, man, Cole Palmer did very well this season. Would like to bring him out to America here to make him be known. All he cares about is the marketing. You can see it in his eyes. When he said it, I watched that clip and I was like, this guy is just thinking about how he's going to market this kid and make more. Like he's not even like. So for me, I'm just saying. I'm going to land. I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with buying young players if you are really buying them to form a team and keep it there and this. But if you are buying them because at any given time, because you have to rack in your interest back, because in 2032, when you're able to pull out and the owners of the money come back for their money, you have to have it. If you have to start racking these players and selling them,
all right. So Dio, 1 second here. I'm just gonna reply to you like this here. I agree with you that they're not gonna be the same. I've already said that multiple times. That you will hear me say that. Like they're businessmen at the end. But the thing is, for me, if you're a business and you're taking Chelsea, the best way to expand, to increase your repertoire per se of Chelsea and increase that value they're going to be getting out of it is by making us win. If you make us win and do your other stuff alongside of it, yes, then you.
No anymore.
That's the most.
Ollie,
I don't want to wait.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to come in here and actually answer. Do you know, Ahmed? That's the proof is Arsenal Football Club. Do you know that, Ahmed? Arsenal haven't trophies in the last. Guys, just let me finish this. Arsenal haven't won in the last 4 years. Do you know that Arsenal increased their fan base over the past 2 years by just being second? The proof is Arsenal Football Club. I am now seeing my friends that I never knew they were Arsenal fans walking out now, rocking up to the field. Right when we play in the league, wearing Arsenal jerseys, bro. I'm seeing more and more people now wearing Arsenal jerseys.
Exactly. And
you know what the issue I have with them?
It's amazing.
No. Do you know what the issue? You know my issue is. Do you know my issue with these statements though is? It's very conclusive. It's just a blanket. Yeah, it's not going to work. They're taking prop from you. And then when I ask people directly, are we going to fail? People do like this. I'm not. Are we going to make top 4 next season? People do this. Maybe.
But you're not making top 4 next season.
Pause. Yes. But when I'm making these
Macaroni as your coach,
when I'm making these statements, no Arsenal fans in the chat, no super chats, no panelists ever could tell me it's going to fail. Rarely. No, rarely people talk about Ollie. I'm telling you right now. You're the exception, doesn't make the rule though. Because even when I ask people, people say to me, Chelsea's gonna fail, the model's rubbish. At the same breath, Arsenal aren't winning major trophies either.
That's
so
fair.
Why are we failure and you're not?
No, because we won't be feeling. Before we go,
I have to do the super chats for this.
I'll let you go literally very quickly. So the point I wanted to make about the thing about having to succeed. The thing that you guys are forgetting is that the Premier League is growing regardless of who wins. Money's coming from TV companies from overseas. Even here, the price is going up and up and up. So what they're modeling is just how much they value the TV revenue is going to be in the next 7 years, 8 years, and how much they think they can also grow the club's valuation by. That is their model. So the success now in the Premier League can function without success. This is what they've done in US sports, where like the Lakers are the biggest basketball team. They don't win that much anymore, but they're still the biggest basketball team in the world.
But you know what the problem is, though? You know what my problem with that, bro, is that, yeah, right now, if you're like a businessman and looking at Chelsea Football Club right now, are you saying that Chelsea have improved or made like an increase in any value from where they were when they bought it 2 years ago?
Yes.
I wouldn't say so.
Every year, the Premier League's value goes up. Trust me,
the Premier League value may go. No, the Premier League value may have gone up, but I'm saying the decisions they have made to help increase Chelsea's actual value, I don't think that's true.
So they've overpaid for Chelsea, but the value of what Chelsea was compared to 2 years ago has gone up. It's happening across. It's economics, basically. Chaz, you know this. Economics. Right now, the demand for Premier League football is so high, each club value is going up and up and up. And that's why I said, look at another team, the New York Yankees baseball team. They're the most popular team in the world because of the logo. They haven't won jack squat for years.
But they're making money every year. That's why they're making money every year.
That's why American owners are buying Premier League clubs to build this type of model. The problem we have here is that we have relegation, and that's why the Super League was coming in to stop all that from happening, and that's why we fought back against it. Trust me, I don't want to bore this because this comes into economics and so on and so forth. I know we want to.
I don't want to go into economics,
but it's a lot deeper than you guys think.
About Chelsea, though, you know, to be honest with you, I'm gonna do the super chats. I'm gonna say a statement that actually is I see very true. Ahmed, no footy knowledge. Talk about the players, not other players in the past. What does Werner have to do with Sesko? Mo, please let me on the stream. Comdean, text me on Twitter. Comdean, text me on Twitter. It's just full panel today. Please, yes, please text me on Twitter, Comdean, please, or Instagram. I'm gonna let you in. Just text me.
Now, listen, I'll reply to this, yeah? It's because everyone's using Sesko's numbers as a reason to why to bring him in. And I named Timo Werner as an example where his numbers were even higher, at a higher rate, better rate, and it was like 28 goals he was getting. So bag and bare goals in the Bundesliga, listen, it doesn't always translate into the Prem and it's a guarantee. I said with Arsenal, yeah, they can't be risking certain people. They need a ready-made player. They've been telling us, that we need experience, and you're gonna go splash the cash on a 20-year-old flipping striker. You've got Jesus there, you've got Nketiah there, all of them not good enough. Kai Havertz plays false nine, but you need a ready-made striker to get you over the line. That's what everyone was screaming. That's why you lot wanted Ivan Toney, and now you're saying, oh, Sesko, he can potentially see, bro. They're just happy to be the Arsenal. Yeah, let me get it straight to you. I'll look into the camera. You guys are just happy to be there. You are happy to be there, merchants. That's all. Happy to be there. You just want to be there, not compete.
Jack House saying, from a Liverpool fan, please extend Arteta 10 years, bro.
No, he said Farteta. You know, Arteta.
Comdean is saying, no, Shez, we can analyze football and not just do results-based analysis like you.
Really, really poor take.
Poor take, man. Yeah, I can't even lie to you.
Hey, listen. Hey, this guy's.
At the end of the day, man.
When Arsenal, this is it. When Arsenal were bad and we won FA Cups, they didn't mean anything. But now that Chelsea made it into few finals and lost them, it now matters.
I mean, I'm very
fair take.
No, bro. You missed the mark completely.
You bragged about reaching a final, not even winning the freaking cup.
No, you missed my point completely.
All did,
massively. Yes. The point wasn't whether I'm happy to reach finals or not. I'm not happy to reach finals and lose. Obviously not. My point is that Maresca coming in, I expect him, being a Chelsea manager, to do the face thing and also win. And in our worst season last season, in my opinion, we still got to nearly winning trophies. Arsenal didn't. And they got better teams.
Your worst season? Oh, yeah.
No, like expectations and reality.
That sounds like a process. That's Chelsea.
Hold on. Your worst season, you almost got to winning trophies. Like we didn't almost win the Premiership too last season. Like we went challenging. Listen to what you're saying.
They don't listen, man. They don't listen, bro. All of this process. I want to see conclusion, mate. I want to have a conclusion, bro. You know what I mean? The story's been going on for
exactly. Thank you. The internet just
chapter, bro.
Just
you know what I mean?
Comdine is saying, but you can say that about every league, Ahmed. That's very true. You can say that about every league, Ahmed. Someone bags in Italia, someone bags in.
It's true though.
But if we're being honest, though,
you can only scout what's in front of you. You know what I mean? Haaland,
Bundesliga to EPL, like, you know, in general.
But you know what it is with Haaland? You know what it is with Haaland, though. At least with Haaland, yeah. Even though I don't.
How long before you fire your manager?
No, but hold on. Even though I don't rate Haaland to that extent, yeah, at least with him, he had a sample size in the Champions League. He was badding it up in the Champions League. He was bagging goals. You can't make the comparison with Højlund, yeah, at our stage in comparison to Arsenal. We took a risk with Højlund, yeah, 72 mil. Yeah, you can't be taking risks. You're going to take risks on Sesko. No. How many goals has he got, Sesko, by the way? 14 goals.
Now I want to say a statement that is actually very.
I make something very clear though. Mo, can I just make something very clear?
Very strange. This show.
Some Arsenal fans, yeah, including on this panel, no names, they don't listen. So I'm
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Stop opening your eyeballs. Stop opening your eyeballs.
They don't know what I'm doing.
Opening
I'm
your
gonna say it
eyeballs.
one more time for everyone in the back who can't hear me. I'm gonna say it one more time. If Chelsea have a process and get mocked for it, it will only be because we're improving and not winning trophies.
Exactly.
I'm gonna repeat that again. I want to have a process that wins trophies. Arsenal's process is failing, in my opinion, and most people's opinions, other than Arsenal fans, because you're doing a process, but you're not winning.
The process needs to have results. We need to have conclusion with the process. You know what I mean? We need to have a result.
Do you guys know what process is? Do you know what process is?
No, I don't want a process like yours, mate.
No.
I don't
Do you know what process is? Every single
every
club
single
club in the world.
Second to second.
Okay.
Second to second
Every
again.
single
You know
club
what I
in
mean?
the world has got a process.
Arsenal is failing. Arsenal is failing.
If
You know what?
failure, listen,
I'll rather fail in second
Arsenal
than
is
fail in
failing.
sixth.
if failure is losing to Man City that won 30 games on the bounce in December and chose not and did not lose any game, right? If that's what failure
they don't have the mentality, bro. They don't have
where's your mentality right now? 1 billion in the month.
Can we not talk over each other, please?
Nobody
can hear anything.
No mentality.
Where's your mentality? Where's your mentality, Chelsea?
I need to do this.
Chelsea, where's your mentality? Where's your coach?
Can I exactly, Dayo? Let me just talk. Ahmed, we scored 91 goals this season. We are fine. Thank you, Nafisa. I'm going to say something. I feel like a lot of football fans around in the world and a lot of people that sit on YouTube actually don't say how they actually feel until you actually pressure them. When we pressured Ahmed on Al-Ahwa yesterday, Chelsea fan, he actually said how he actually feels about this process and this assignment and all the stuff. When you press Man United fans, really, they tell you how they feel. When you press Arsenal fans, right? I feel like people care about the banter. I actually claim that Shez and Ahmed and most of the Chelsea fans were not expecting a championship manager to manage their club. They were expecting a better manager than this. They were expecting the least, and I'm quoting some Chelsea fans, the least they're going to get is a De Zerbi, and they would be like, we'll give it a shot, right? But now that they hired Maresca, they have this feeling that they banter Arsenal fans that we have to back our manager, otherwise we'll look stupid in front of people. Same Arsenal fans do this. By the way, a lot of Inter fans do this, Juventus fans do this. All football fans around the world, they do that. They don't tell you exactly how they feel because I can tell that someone is defending someone so hard. Hold on.
No,
you sat here. I actually claim that most of the Chelsea fans, if I told them before this season, before they hired Pochettino, that you're gonna get a Maresca, you're gonna get, and I'm gonna give an example for Chelsea fans that is very similar to Maresca, and if not better. If I told Chelsea fans before they hired Pochettino, you're getting Vincent Kompany that won the championship, they would have laughed at me. They would have laughed at me. Vincent Kompany, they would have laughed at me. I claim that. Prove me wrong.
Oh, I need to. No, wait. Let me yes, all right. Yeah.
So that's a very simple question. I want you to be honest. I want you to be honest.
I'm going to give you an honest opinion.
I'm gonna actually ask. I'm gonna simplify my point and ask you the question. I'm gonna ask you the question straightforward. Answer honestly. If after the sacking of Graham Potter and hiring Lampard and signing a Caicedo and getting Cole Palmer, and I told you By the way, you're going to start a process with the manager that won the championship, Vincent Company, who play attractive football. Would you have accepted it?
This is what you're missing. Have I ever sat here and said, I'm gas Maresca? No. Has Ahmed even sat here and said, oh, we really wanted him, he's our next manager? No. I don't care about the name.
What? I saw Ahmed Benson
relax.
in the streets.
Talk for me then. Talk for me, because these men are with me every single week. I've never wanted to gas up any of the names you'd be linked with. I've just said, I really want the Zerbi and we're going to get him. And we didn't get him. So you might be saying to me, we didn't get him. That's fine. I'm not gassing Maresca or not. My point is this. I don't care about the manager per se. I just want it to work. So if it has to be Maresca or Company or this guy or that guy, I don't care as long as my team improves.
Mo.
All I'm going to say, before you go, Olu, I'm just going to say one point. Inshallah, it works. That's what I have to say.
That's what I'm saying. Olu, can I say one thing? Everyone in the chat as well. Everyone in the chat. One sec. I'm not going to sit here and say, to answer Mo's question directly, oh yeah, Maresca came in, I really wanted him, and he's my first choice. I'm smiling. No. All the man, me, Don, all the man on these streams, Ahmed, we will say to you, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not going to sit here and go to you, man. Oh, it's going to work. Fantastic. That's just.
I have no knowledge on the guy.
Wait, Ahmed, wait.
The difference between you is that, yeah, I have standards for my club, and you don't. Because Arsenal's failing, and all you do is twerk. Oh, PR. Oh, it's fine.
Okay. Listen, BBL Drizzy, calm down. Okay, listen, Mo. I'm talking.
Club's failing. Arsenal are
BBL Drizzy, calm down. BBL Drizzy, calm down. BBL Drizzy, calm down. Mo, isn't it funny, right? BBL, listen, BBL, be quiet. Mo, isn't it funny? Listen, do you remember when these guys were can you imagine 20 years ago when they got Mourinho, then they got Ancelotti, and they got Gus Hiddink, and they got Conte.
Scolari, bro.
And
the lowest one was Rafa Benitez, bro.
And all these players. And then now they talk about Macarena. And he's trying to justify Macarena to us on a stream. How this mighty club apparent mighty club has fallen.
So Ollie, are Chelsea going to fail in the next 8 years?
I said yes.
Let me ask you two questions.
You are a failure.
I need to get this clipped up, yeah? Are Chelsea
BBL Chelsea?
Are Chelsea going to make top 4 next season?
No, you're not.
You're going to make top 7.
You're not making top
7.
4.
Cool. That's fine. Okay. Are Chelsea in the next 8 years? Because you've been mocking our whole contract.
8 years.
No, Mo. He said 8 years. He was mocking it, going, "Oh, you're not going to win nothing. You're going to go back because you're going to fail."
What is 8 years, bro?
Are Chelsea
not going to be dead in like 5?
Mo, relax.
I'm too old.
Mo, relax.
8 years.
Olu, is Chelsea not going to win a Premier League in the next 8 years or Champions League?
Premier League, listen, you're
not winning the Premier
League. No. Listen.
I'm asking you a question. No, it took you 50 years to win a Premier League. It's going to take you 50 years to win another one.
How do you want us to predict 8 years? You might sack Maresca in 2 years and get Pep Guardiola.
No, Ahmed, stop. The reason why I asked that, Mo, is because these are the same people who told me it's a failure. It's going to flop. And now he's waffling going, oh, I don't know if it's going to fail. 50 years.
That's it, I didn't know.
50 years.
They don't believe, man.
That BBL is going to your head. I said no. I said you're not going to win.
Failing.
Listen, hold on.
Where is Dio?
They don't have this mentality, man. These Arsenal fans,
right, Dio.
Always crying. No mentality, bro.
We're failing upwards. We are failing upwards, and you're failing downwards. Listen, BBL.
So hold on. So let me say this. Let me say this, Olu. Let me say this. Chelsea, right? You need to know your place. You need to know your place. You know, I allowed you speak since chess, so don't do that your nonsense. And don't open your eyeball today, please. Keep it closed. Keep it closed. Yeah, he's always opening his eye like this, like he's trying to see the future or something. Only God knows what you're trying to see. You want the penetration. So let me say this again, right? It took you 50 years to win. It took you 50 years to win your first.
I'm leaving this comment on the screen, Comdine, by the way. I'm leaving this comment.
It took you 50 years to win your first Premier League, and then of course you had an owner who was willing to spend, and you guys had your winning. You had your winning period. You guys are back to where you are. You're a mid-table team. With your new owners, you're back to where you are. You're a mid-table team, and you know why you're paying? You're paying because Havertz banged at Arsenal. He's paying
Arsenal
you.
failing,
You
bro.
sold him.
Let's bang the Arsenal. Alright.
Hold on. He didn't bang. He didn't. What?
Listen, you brought someone for 30 million.
No,
They did more than that. Could have done.
The guy did all the years. Listen, to tell you how terrible your team is, right? To tell you how terrible your team is, all the years you spent there, he did way better in one season.
He's a comedian, guys.
In one season. And anyway, long story short, bottom line for me is this, right? Let me just say this. I'm trying not to be too loud because my baby's sleeping. Bottom line for me is that you guys.
We agree.
Don't make me raise my voice. My baby is sleeping. Behave yourself. You guys are a rubbish club now with your owners. And if you don't get your owners out, I'm telling you, no, it's not. Look, I would rather Chelsea get another owner like Abramovich. Let's be competitive. Let the league be competitive. Right now, you guys are going nowhere.
Olu, you said
you are going nowhere.
Can I have my say for 2 seconds?
-1. You know,
I'm confused. By the way, I'm confused. I swear, Arsenal fans were doing Kroenke outs, and they're talking about owners. You guys were Kroenke outs. Now you guys, yeah, you guys were saying Kroenke.
Say about that, Olu.
Hold on. Hold on. You two want your owners out? Everybody wants their owners out. And guess what? Our owners start up and they shaped up. They shaped up and they shaped up. Your owners are not shaping up. So Ahmed, don't bring that nonsense.
No mentality.
Ahmed, don't bring that nonsense here. Your club. Listen, Ahmed, your club, your stadium is leaking. Your stadium is leaking. You should be talking about your owners out. Your club, right? You should be talking about your owners out.
Dio, let him speak, Dio. Let him speak. He hasn't said a word, Dio.
Listen.
This,
like I said,
this
yeah.
one.
Let him speak, Dio, a little bit. Give him time. Give him a minute to speak.
Believe.
You guys, yeah, when Wenger was here, when he was getting you top 4, and you said when he was winning FA Cups, get rid of Kroenke, top 4's not good enough. Top 4's not good enough. Yeah. And then they were saying, yeah, when hold on, they were saying, yeah, we won't Kroenke out.
You fucking bozo. We won't Kroenke out. You're failing there. You're failing. You're failing.
Finish, guys. Let him finish, guys. Come on.
Listen. I just find it funny, yeah, how like they're talking about ownership here when they've literally been yapping about their ownership for ages. Like, you guys don't like the Kroenkes, and now that you're flipping thingy, you're happy with them all over a sense. You guys literally talked about Wenger getting top 4 and winning FA Cups, and you said you wanted to compete. You had higher standards for Wenger, but with Arteta, yeah, your standards are in the mud. You're talking about standards.
Okay,
Look at that. That's the captain. That's the captain, man. That's the captain.
Let me talk. Let him talk himself into a hold.
He's not saying anything that makes sense.
Listen, top right.
I will destroy his points. I will destroy his points.
Listen, you're not going to destroy anything. My team won an FA Cup, by the way.
Everything you're
saying,
okay. Everything
-1. He's getting scared now. His arms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. Look, he's getting nervous. He's getting nervous.
I'm happy to be that merchant, by the way.
He's rattled. That's all he's Make your points. Let me destroy your points. Come on, quickly.
My club, yeah, hold on. My club, yeah. Your fan base here was bantering Man United. And fine, you can banter us, that's fine. Oh, you're this, oh, you're that. You lot said we're going to get destroyed by Man City, yeah? And lo and behold, we finished our worst ever finish, yeah? I don't even like Ten Hag, yeah? I have standards. I still want him gone. But he still won as a trophy at the end. Your guy, Arteta, worst Bayern Munich side he came across. Give me Madrid, they said. Give me Madrid. You got battered by Bayern Munich. Yeah? Where was your big game players like Saka and Rice when you needed them the most? When you lost to the likes of flipping West Ham and that?
What are you talking about? Guys, fact check. The Kroenkes only have had full control of Arsenal since 2018. Since then, it has been an upward.
Okay,
did I not say that to you guys earlier?
Wait.
When you don't know anything, stop talking, Ahmed. It's not good for you. It's not good for you.
That's a trophy.
Okay, that's great, Dio.
That's why Arteta is feeding you. That's why Arteta is feeding you. Drink your milk.
Please wait. Let me check you on a few things. Be quiet, Ches, okay? BBL Chesy or Ozempic Ches, as they called you. Ozempic Ches, they called you now. So the first point on the Kroenkes, the Kroenke out demonstration was actually because of the Super League. Get your facts right. It wasn't because of anything else but the Super League. Like Mo Salah said, they bought in 2018. So first thing first, that's your point. That's irrelevant. Secondly, you talk about the difference between Wenger and Arteta. When he was finishing 4th, we were actually going on a downward trajectory. Arteta is going on an upwards trajectory. Why would we say get rid of a manager who's getting better and better each year? That makes no logical sense, right? So that is just absolute nonsense, right? You're trying to banter, trying to make a point, but things that you don't know what you're talking about. You're just trying to say, listen, you finished your minus 1 point. I guarantee you this, you did not watch a single match of the day this season, because every weekend you were crying. Every weekend how many matches of the day did you watch?
He's deflecting. Leave him. Air him.
I've never heard that before, bro.
How many matches of the day did you watch this year? How many did you watch this year?
Why are you deflecting?
You were depressed,
You were depressed.
Listen. What the
This guy was avoiding highlights every single weekend.
Ollie, what's that got to do with Arsenal winning the Premier
The
League?
highlights come out 3 minutes after, bro. On YouTube.
This conversation, Ahmed and Chess, this conversation is not about whether Arsenal wins the Premiership or not. This conversation is about where your club is at. And right now, your club is in the mud. Right now, we are better than you by a mile. Right now, Ahmed, you want to lie to yourself. You know what point is? Oh, we're failing.
All this verbal, all this monologue.
Hold on. Who spent $1 billion in 2 years?
Where is
Who spent $1 billion?
Where's your trophy?
And again,
where is the trophy? Where is the result?
When are you going to fire Maresca? When are you going to fire Maresca?
Where's Arsenal's Premier League? I'm looking for it.
I have 13. How many do you have? I have 13. How many do you have? I have 13. Don't ask me about the time. I have 13. How many do you have, Ahmed?
I have an Emirates.
I have 13. How many do you have? How many do you have? I have 13 EPLs.
Forget all that.
I have 13 of them. How many do you have?
Guys, I'm gonna stop you here, please. Sorry.
Do you have an Emirates?
Oh, hold on, guys, please. Guys, this is my show.
Do you have an Emirates?
You're not serious, bro.
I can be very serious, by the way. In our worst, I want Chelsea fans to respond to this. In our worst periods, we won FA Cups. In your worst periods, you lose finals. Which club has better winning mentality?
According to me, you won 4 FA Cups in the last how many years? 14?
I don't know. I'm not an Arsenal fan. Arsenal fans in the last 9 years.
So in our poorest period, 3 years ago, we just won the Champions League. Let's move on.
No. You're not getting it.
That's your
What do you mean? No. What do you mean?
No, you're not doing that. Your poorest period was before Roman came. Don't do this.
Oh,
You're
not when you want to.
No, not a 20-year history club.
Leave it.
Your poorest club. I was watching you guys play into Toto. That's your level. That's your real level. You're going
what's the name of that Wi-Fi club? Oli, do you know the name of the Wi-Fi club that they're going to be playing? In that,
I don't know.
Wi-Fi.
Is it BT or is it Virgin? Or is it?
All of this, but then all of this,
you'll be playing. I have 13. Listen, my friend. Listen, Ahmed. Listen. Listen. I have 13. I have 13 top flight trophies. How many do you have? I have 13. I have 13. How many do you have?
How you've been 20 years without a trophy?
It's very chaotic and it's unbelievable.
Ahmed, you had 20 years to catch up. You had 20 years to catch up to me. I did not win the EPL in 20 years. You had 20 years to catch up. Have you caught up? No. I still have more than you. So sit down. Take several seats. Since you don't want to talk football, guys. All you want to do is banter. You don't want to
make chance to respond to the finals versus the FA Cup. You heard the response and it turned into chaos. Comdine. Bayern same league points at all previous years. Yeah, Bayern Munich actually just win the league with the same points. This season they just came third. I didn't think they were great, Comdine, this season at all. They were not good. Every time I watched them, they were very vulnerable. Bottom right is broken or on repeat. Shez, because Shez keeps saying Arsenal project is failing. Arsenal
it's just a fact. It's not real. It's just a fact.
It's the reality, man. No mentality, bro. Again, no mentality, man.
What reality?
If you ask Hollywood if they want to come second the next 5 years in a row, they'll probably say no. I'm right, aren't I? Just saying.
Listen, you're failing down.
Ollie, do you want to come second next season? Yes or no?
Listen, I'll run to the ugly one. You might not ugly.
They've reached the top of the curve now.
BBL Chelsea, BBL Chelsea.
They've hit the top of the curve. Now it's about to go like this.
Diminishing returns.
You know the standard deviation graph. Yeah. Where it goes
like this. Meanwhile, Chelsea owners came out and said, they are trying
is
to
still failing.
they are trying to follow the Arsenal model, but he's saying Arsenal is
Arsenal
failing.
is
So
still
what are you
failing.
doing? You are
You know
failing
what I mean?
too. Welcome
We're
to the
just
failure.
perfecting it. We're making
Welcome
it
to the
better.
failure.
We're making it better.
How can you make something that's failing better? You want to
We're
copy a
making it
failing
be
model?
greater, be
Copy the
stronger.
failing
You know what I mean?
model.
That's what we're doing.
Copy the failing model.
He's been very polite. Olu, do you want to come second next season?
I told you, I'd rather be the
Cheers.
prettiest
Do
bridesmaid
you want to
and the
come
ugly
second
one.
next season?
So it's
Listen,
only
as
a
long as
bridesmaid.
listen,
Being a bridesmaid is the worst thing ever. You
I'd
just
rather
watch
be the prettiest
Olu,
bridesmaid than the
answer
ugly
the
one.
This
question.
is insane, man. This is insane, bro. Listen,
Ahmed,
that's crazy, man.
Ahmed, do you want to play? Do you
Yes.
want to play Conference
Yeah,
League
do you wanna
qualification
come
next season
second
again?
next
Yes,
season?
that's why you got
Oh.
Maresca.
We're not playing
You're going to
To be
championship.
honest with you, I actually, if I ask myself, and I'll pick a team to bet on next season, it will be Arsenal.
But
A team
obviously,
that's in a better place. A team is in a better place as Arsenal at the current moment. Chelsea are still starting the process, 4 phases or 3 phases, whatever that's gonna
17
happen.
phases, 17
You might
years.
have a better because we can actually do this. Do Chelsea now, and it's a yes or no question for everybody in the chat. Yes or no questions, fire up, like no waffling, no paragraphs. Do Chelsea or Arsenal have better managers now, currently, now?
Do what?
Who has better manager today, Arsenal or Chelsea? Arsenal.
Watch these frauds talk nonsense.
100%. More experience in top flight. Battled for the Premier League twice. He failed, yes, but you would rather have him than having Maresca.
No, I said they're going to win the league next season, though.
There comes the paragraph.
Would you
There comes the paragraph.
do you think Arsenal or Chelsea have a squad that is set now for the next season? I'm not talking about 5 years to challenge for the Premier League
Arsenal's
and the
expectation
Champions
next
League.
season.
See,
Arsenal's
hold on.
expectation next season, Mo, is to win the league. Ours is to get top 4, so no, they're hiding.
They're not getting top 4.
That's the whole point.
And Mo,
That is
can I be
the
serious?
whole point.
But I'm
Let
not,
me be
I'm not talking about one
Let me be
season.
serious.
Ollie, I'm talking about
The next 4 seasons. 4.
No, I'm saying no, not 4. I'm saying to Arsenal
Not
fans,
8, because 8 people.
No, let me finish off here. Not 8, obviously.
Mhm.
I'm saying my process shouldn't be 4 years down the line. I'm talking about I want to strike a left forward.
Exactly.
I'm saying to Ahmed and all my Chelsea fans, in 4 years, I want to be there, winning.
By the time I'm in year 4, I should be winning the trophies. I should be winning the trophies by then. Yeah.
So
you're not going to do it. You spent $1 billion in 2 years.
Okay,
thank you.
Ask
Mr.
yourself,
Deer,
what are you going to do?
Mr. Deer, man.
Ask yourself what you think you're going to do.
Where's your crystal ball? Where's your crystal ball?
Mr. Deer knows. Mr. Deer, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I believe
let's
you're not
relax.
going to win the league. Ooh. Oh, well
It's
done,
not about what I believe. I'm
Cheers,
just telling you,
cheers.
the facts are there.
So
You
let's be real.
hired a
Let's be real.
championship coach.
Let's be serious. Okay?
Chelsea's the clown.
I'll say the thing about Arteta, right? If we come to Arteta, right? Here's the biggest difference, and this is the thing that even as a rival fan, like you guys could not even disagree with. A couple of years ago, the conversation was can Arsenal win to get to the top 4? That was always the conversation. Can Arsenal make the top 4? The very fact now that we don't even talk about can Arsenal make the top 4 to actually can Arsenal win the league, and that's now been a consistent conversation now for 2 years, shows you how far as a manager he has come in progressing this team. That mentality already just tells me that I believe Arsenal will win next season. That is the Arsenal fan in me talking, right? And again, I'm not doing jokes. I've done the banter thing. I like to talk seriously, like sometimes. I feel Arsenal will win next season. I just feel it in my heart. Or maybe that's just the delusion in me. But the very fact that in 4 years, I've gone from swag in our dressing room, smoking in the dressing room, doing balloons and all that nonsense that our captain was doing, to now being in a position where actually no one here can even say, Arsenal will make top 4. It's a guaranteed that we're going to make top 4 next season.
No, Ollie, we'll give you credit.
That for me changes the
I think Arsenal, yeah. I think, in my opinion, you'll do enough to get over the line. I know me and you, Mo, spoke about Sesko and all that, but I believe you might make the right signings to win the league. But what I'm saying is that this process has been a long time. That's one thing. And 2, Arteta still needs to prove it by winning the trophy. Until he wins the Premier or Champions League, no one will 100% back him. And what I'm trying to tell you is, the same logic you've given to Arteta, I could say the same for Maresca. But guess what? We have more money. We have more backing. And Ahmed's point he mentioned earlier is perfect. He believes, I agree, that if we were in a position where we're 4th and we're 10 points behind 2nd or 1st, or 3rd 10 points behind, we believe our club will do the most to get the extra step. Because they didn't need in their project to go inside Caicedo. They could have got a £50 million midfielder, Ugarte, and then kept it stepping and gone, we could flip him. They went for the best young player in that position in the league, which was Caicedo at the time. So, like, that shows me they're willing to go far and beyond. Enzo in that World Cup was cold. Everyone was talking about him. We went and gone sign him.
El Hadji Diouf.
You know what?
Shows me that they're willing to do a bit more than just the average. Because if Theo's point was correct, we would need to go for 120.
I'm horrible, was I?
That was nasty work. I wanted to say quickly. I want to add quickly. I just think when it comes to Arsenal, I do think Arsenal will of course, will add weapons and everything like that. Right? But the problem for me is, Man City's going to do that too. And the thing for me is, and that's just the problem, innit? Like, I just feel like Man City can just add much better weapons than maybe Arsenal can. It
was 2 points. 2 points tells me that basically it's a 1 game swing. It's literally a 1 game swing.
I hear you, bro, but like
the fact that if you're that close, in the same way when Liverpool were literally goal difference, it's literally 1 draw swing.
So, what happens if you don't win in the next season? Then? That's a really big concern, then, though. Because
what happens if we win it, though? What happens if we win it? Because all you ever do, Chess, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. All you ever do, I'm going to dump on you. I'm going to dump on you. I'm going to dump on you. All you ever do, Chess, all you ever do is, what happens if you never win it? What happens if you don't win it? What happens if we win it? What happens if we win it?
I wasn't even
Chess, what would you say? I'm asking you a question, Chess. What would you say? What would you do next season when Arsenal wins the Premiership?
Olu, does he not listen? I literally said Arsenal win the league next season.
I'm saying, what will you do? I'm asking you what you will do. I know. I literally heard what you said. What will you do? Is what answer that. What is the reaction?
Like, what do you want me to do? Celebrate? What do you want me to do?
If Arsenal win next season, if Arsenal win next season, I want -1 to wear an Arsenal t-shirt.
No. We don't want -1.
It's crazy.
-1 has to wear Arsenal top.
Olu, we cannot desecrate the Arsenal crest by having -1 weight. We cannot desecrate Arsenal jersey by having the -1 weight. That's bad luck for 7 years. Yeah, that's bad luck for 7 years. Because I mean, how do you get -1? Think about it. Look at.
I'm gonna let him like
my friend,
do his thing.
You look like Wish.com Mario Fellini. You better be very careful. That's what Arteta is feeding you. Drink your milk up there. You know Wish.com. Do you know Wish.com?
Wish Fellini is crazy, man. Wish Fellini, bro.
Get them back on.
It's true now.
That's a Fellaini.
He likes coming for Arsenal.
He's saying you're teaming Fellaini, bro.
Don't be doing my boy like that.
Listen. Your boy started it now,
bro. That's a by the way, that's a compliment. Yeah, Fellaini was a decent player.
That's not a compliment.
That's a compliment, man.
That's a compliment.
Anyway. Let's talk about Arsenal's objectives. Yeah, you guys should be. Your guys' objective is to win the league. If you do not win the league or the Champions League, boom, done. That's it, bro. How do you win a trophy this season? Yeah, because we actually won a trophy. How do you want to see? We won a trophy like a Carabao, like a Liverpool or an FA Cup. Then we would be saying otherwise. He was in the Europa League. He abandoned everything. Yeah, like I said, bigger fish to fry. You went all out for the Premier League and you still came short. You're making excuses about Pep Guardiola's in the league.
Did he say that?
Listen. I've been quiet.
Yeah?
Listen. I've been quiet. Listen. Your fan base, by the way, your fan base. Yeah. So, like I said,
so not him.
Jurgen Klopp has won a trophy, yeah, with Pep Guardiola. So just because Pep's in the
league, you keep repeating yourself. You said this last week. You said the same thing the week before. Do you have it recorded somewhere?
Drilling it into your head.
Repeating the exact same thing. They're not drilling anything to anybody's head. You are the one that needs something drilled into your head. Your stadium needs to be fixed. It's leaking water. Probably your brain is leaking water because the way you keep repeating the same thing weekly, it's becoming ready. You have repeated this on this same stream tonight. You have said the exact same thing. You have repeated it again the second time. This is the third time you're saying the exact same thing.
Coming from the guy that mentioned waterfalls, by the way. I mean, have we not heard that about 20 times? You've literally repeated yourself as well.
Yes, no, because that's what happens when you talk somebody who repeats. You start repeating yourself. See what you're doing. You're infecting people with your repetitive points.
Listen. These guys, like I said, if they get their striker, if they get whatever player, there's still going to be excuses. They're still going to keep Arteta, even if they don't win a league next season. So there's no point asking them, because we know what we're going to say. They're going to keep Arteta no matter what. So yeah, man, that's it. They're going to keep.
Anyway, listen. At the end of the day,
listen, people.
Let me.
Guys, we need to end this. We need to end this.
Last point. And then
We need to
they don't
end
have this. They don't have this, man. You know what I mean? That's it, man.
BBL Shezzy.
They don't have this, man.
BBL
They don't have it, man.
Shezzy.
Listen,
Simple
people,
as
this
that.
has been absolutely fantastic. Make sure to hit that like button. I want to thank everybody that actually supported the channel.
Mario Fellini from Timu.
GDJ Madrid, Gavin, of course, Comdine, of course, Tevin, and who else? Oh, yeah, Boomer Gooner, Jack Howe, Nafisa, of course, No Fox Gavin. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for getting involved in the conversation. Appreciate everyone that joined us. Guys, stay on the stream. Don't go anywhere because this will take you to Ahmed for Man United talk. Of course, he's going to talk about Ten Hag. He's going to talk about Ineos and all the stuff. -1. Ahmed is going to talk AA United. All the guys' channels are in the description. Shez is there. The bridge is there. Banter on the pitch. And Ahmed, of course, AA United is there. Please don't go anywhere. Stay here, guys. Don't go anywhere. There's one more super chat. Nafisa saying, you would think Arsenal were mid-table. Yeah, that's the way they talk about them.
No, I think they're just failing.
Chelsea just projects.
Anyway.
Mentality. This is the mentality.
خلاص.
Appreciate you guys. And guys, we'll see you guys next time. And we're out of here, people.
Arsenal failing.
Tuchel out.